All right, that seems like a significant improvement. All right, sorry about that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start this again. How are we doing? I hope you're okay. Yeah, to cut a very long story short there, what seemed to be the problem with Steam was being a cunt and taking up 75% of my active memory and ruining any attempt at quality and consistency with the stream. So, having it installed, rebooted, reinitialized, resent the link, all good. So none of you are watching in this moment, so sorry about that. I had to end the stream because otherwise I was going to have to persist. And again, as I was saying at the beginning of the stream, and I mean this, a lot of battlers will understand this. Yeah, when you know that you can deliver a certain level of quality of performance and you don't, it's annoying. And so on the last stream, I felt like not only was I overtly critical of a few of the guys when I didn't need to be, there's, you know, a certain... Seriously? God, this stream's... Hey, McCoy's in the house again. Hi, McCoy. Yeah, as far as the other day, because he messaged, I've deleted the other video now, so the comment's gone, but McCoy was saying he wasn't on the stream. What I was saying was, what I will probably do is like a wrap-up stream at the end of this series, where if anyone didn't get a chance to come on, they can just hop on for 5 minutes on that. Alternatively, as I've said a bunch of times, happy to host the guys. I have an interview with Red Wolf coming soon, where literally it's just a 20-minute chat to say what we're thinking about the tournament, like how we feel about the tournament, what we're saying about the tournament, general feelings, dispositions as far as like what their chances are, you know, what their thoughts are about the tournament, all that good jazz. So if any battler sees this series and fancies, you know, a bit of one-on-one time to be able to state their case rather than have to do it live, we can pre-record it and then upload it after the fact. Absolutely fine with me. Happy to do it. Glad to do it. Be fun to do it. So we'll pencil that in maybe towards the back end of this series. So we've got this one, and then we've got 2 more afterwards, which we'll do next week on potentially Tuesday night and Wednesday night. As far as today is concerned, though, I wanted to start off, like I said, by apologising for the last stream because I felt like I was overly critical of some of the battles. I was fairly crabby on the broadcast as well. Again, I'm feeling not great, but it's still not an excuse. It's either do the broadcast well or don't do it at all. I didn't want to cancel 2 nights in a row, but maybe that would have been perhaps a more pertinent choice given the circumstances. But nevertheless, like I said, oh, fucking hell. Just realised. Oh, it's because I put my hoodie on. Oh, wow. Fucking hell. It's hard doing your hair in a reverse camera angle. Oh, there you go. I look terrible anyway, so who cares? But nevertheless, I wanted to apologise first and foremost and say, listen, clean slate. We're going to have a good stream today, I feel like. Hopefully, anyway. We've got McCoy in the house. We've got Hadashrooms in the house. We've got an interesting group ahead of ourselves today, so I won't waste too much of your time, but I will just say one last thing, because I was toying with making a whole video about this, and I think it's really necessary. But, oh, David, don't you worry. I think we're going to have you covered as far as that's concerned. But yeah, Prem dropped a couple of those sort of generic phishing responses tweets yesterday and today, which is fine. Again, we've all got to get our content out there. We've all got to, we've all got to influence, as it were. First question was like, what do you miss about battle rap? And that's obviously not negative, but it allows a certain permutation of negative conversation to sway, and invariably it did. I prefer today's. Today's is what do you love about battle rap? And what I know I get a bit of a bad rap sometimes as being an overly critical hater. I wanted to take just kind of a moment at the beginning of the show to sum up the whole point of this series, which is, as much as I appreciate where we've come from up until this point, and everything that battle rap has done in the UK up until this point has informed and validated my fandom, frankly. Battle rap is, I meant it when I said it online, it is a fixed point socially where if you are a fan of comedy, drama, music, lyricism, English, grammar, technicality, creativity, whatever it is that you're looking for, if you're a person that wishes to express themselves or to go to hear the voices of other people who have taken time to curate and articulate how they feel or what they feel, or they just have something to say, then battle rap is in a class of one as far as what it gives you, not only in terms of the creativity and the complexity of its content, but also the depth of people. Without battle rap, it's fair to say that my YouTube channel would look significantly different. There would be probably more work involved in what I do. There would be a lot more instances where I'd be still producing content, but I'd be working significantly harder to produce it. These live streams, more often than not, are just fun. They're just nice to hop on and to indulge in the good, the bad, the mediocre, the amazing, the indifferent, the tasteless, the timeless, everything and anything in between when it comes to battle rap. And if there was no battle rap, I wouldn't have that. And that's sad. And it's a source of great joy and pride that I've kind of invested a lot of my time in recent years on the vocation of battle rap. But that's secondary to the fact, and Hadashrooms and a few other guys who are, hardcore fans. Again, Ryan, the biggest fan that I know. David himself will tell you this. And a lot of battlers that are going today. It's secondary to the people that you meet along the way. And I kind of wanted to take a few seconds just to kind of shout some people out, because there's battle rap, but then there's people. Number one on the list, by the way, is Bobby Rex. Bobby Rex is easily one of the most complete and one of the most indelibly amazing human beings I've ever had the pleasure of encountering, and the privilege of calling, I hope he doesn't get mad at me, calling my friend. He is a gentleman who is endlessly patient, endlessly wise, intelligent beyond comparison, and talented beyond belief. And yet on a number of occasions we've had conversations that have had nothing to do with battle rap and everything to do about what we're both respectively trying to contend with in our own lives and the wider world. And his conversations have proved not only invigorating but inspiring to me. He's even taken time out of his day just to see how I was doing, man. When I did the stream not long ago about men's mental health, and when I think of masculinity, I think of struggle. He was one of the few people to take time out of his day to just say, how you doing? You know what I mean? A tremendous human being, which brings me to someone like a Tony D. Tony D is a teacher, a father figure, a leader, an individual that inspires and is, again, impossibly talented. But beyond that, he has a conviction about how one should live his life and your life that he backs up with wisdom that, again, comparatively, I don't see in other genres or other vocations. Shuffle T, he was impossibly kind to me at the beginning of my stint interviewing people by giving me not one but two opportunities to interview him over the course of two different instances, right at the beginning when no one knew who I was and had no reason to give me a shot. And gave two fantastic interviews as well. Gave tons of insight, lots of inside stuff. Just was really, really generous in terms of his overall disposition. You got guys guys like Blizzard. Blizzard was an impossibly kind individual, impossibly talented individual. Someone like Stro. Stro is the kind of guy that would do me the pleasure of an interview, but then when I was having my little tiff with the fucking genre, and again, that's why I get my reputation, because I did a 2-hour stream where I cussed basically everyone out because I was mad, I was angry, I was upset. Because, again, deep down, I'd been shunned by a genre that I love, and that never feels good. It's like being shunned by your family to a certain degree, and it's painful, and it's hard to understand, and, it makes you question things, and it makes you angry. And Stro was one of, if not the only person to take 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours out of his day to just listen to me and just to try and understand where I was coming from, and then having the respect to say, right, you need to listen to me now. And he gave me such sound advice, was honest, direct, but understanding and patient. Again, an impossibly nice, possibly kind, impossibly generous individual. Someone that I find myself looking up to in a lot of ways. Someone like Quill as well deserves a shout out, because, again, don't forget, I know that the dogpiling thing is a battle rap issue that we're trying to rectify, but again, when I was making my second TIFF entry, one of the things that will always stand out to me about Quill is the fact that, again, on a live stream with no reason to do so and with almost everything to lose, and I'm being ragdolled by everybody, he says, nah, man, I think what we're maybe not taking him, at face value, and da-da-da-da, and he defends me. And again, does no reason to do that. Nice guy. Tremendously good guy. And there's at least 30 more people I could name. I'm just waffling at this point. But the reason I wanted to highlight this is because beyond the entertainment of battle rap and beyond, you know, the culture now picking up and the American rub and the tournament and a lot of good things starting to happen within the framework of the entertainment side of battle rap, the thing that I think I love most about battle rap, specifically in the UK, is just, I don't know if the community is the word, but it's the people. It's the people that comprise it. It's the fans. It's the promoters that run leagues largely out of their shirt pockets with no money. It's the performers who travel on their own dime, who give up so many of their own hours and their efforts and their blood, their sweat, their tears to entertain us. And then couple that with the fact that some of them are just generally outstanding human beings. People that you could, again, would give you their... You know, if they had a $5, they'd give you $2.50. You know, that these are people that are generous and kind and again, impossibly creative and intelligent, and they choose to share that with us. So I wanted to take a second because even though I know that I have a bit of a reputation by this point as just a little, you know, busybody, whatever, it's hard for me not to look at that tweet and remind myself, God damn, do I love battle rap. I fucking love UK battle rap in particular. It's the business. It is fucking brilliant. And the people that comprise it are as much, if not the biggest part of that beyond the presentation, beyond the showy effects and the pyro and the fucking events and all the rest of that sort of stuff. It's the people. It's the friendships. It's the fact that we've got such awesome people that could be doing literally anything else with their talents, and they choose to bless us with them in battle rap. And if nothing else... And this is why I'm bringing it full circle back to what we're doing. Don't worry, this isn't just a fucking 30-minute loving. If I can make one tiny little contribution to that community by saying, hey guys, let's take time out of our days to examine this tournament, not only as excitement for fans, but let's introduce ourselves to potentially the next generation, the next big thing, the next potential crossover guy, and have fun doing it. And do it in a way that hopefully everyone enjoys. If that's my only contribution to battle rap, I'll consider myself that I did my job. You know what I mean? And so, as much as I understand that I've, again, kind of fucked up the last stream through a couple of different means, I hope you realize that it is an absolute privilege to do this for you guys. And I hope you enjoy them. But if I'm letting you down or I'm not doing my job or any of that sort of stuff, it is also my pleasure and privilege to try and meet that expectation and deliver something for a genre that I can't really properly emphasize and articulate how much I fucking love. So, battle rap, specifically UK battle rap, it's fucking dope. And you wonderful people that comprise it, the fans, battlers, even promoters, even the ones of y'all I don't like, even you motherfuckers, I love you all. You're all the fucking best. And UK battle rap worldwide. We're about to enter a really special era with this tournament and with the US crossover stuff and with the guys that are coming up and the guys that may be coming back. We're in for a real special period. And it's hopefully what we're here to see today is ushering in that period, which is Group F of the Where Winning Matters Premier Battles Tournament. I know. I took my time. I took 14 minutes gushing, but we're getting into it now. And we're in the presence of McCoy, Haddershrooms, and David. Shut up, Haddershrooms. I'm having a moment. Leave me alone. It's been a long day. My little one beat me at Monopoly, okay? I'm getting old. I'm allowed to get melancholy with this shit. We're here to see Group F. And now this group... is an interesting one because it's in many ways I would argue it runs parallel to Group E in the sense of how it's comprised and ultimately what the goals and intentions of the competitors within this group are largely similar in the sense of I think at least I would say it's fair to argue all four guys have limited expectations from the fans. They all have limited experience, and I would imagine they all have limited scope within their own worlds in order to fully prepare themselves for what's to come, because all of them, to a certain degree, have limited familiarity with this particular version of the medium, i.e. live performance on stage in front of a crowd, being recorded, with another guy spitting venom in your face. However, what I would argue is probably the difference between this group and the last group is that Group E largely has a, they have some familiarity with battle rap in a more stricter sense. We've got 4 guys, with the exception of one of them. I know that all 3 of the others have, again, exposure to other mediums that gives them confidence and allows them the ability to be able to command an audience, but are going to need to find their feet early on in this. David, I know what I just said. Leave me alone. In fact, I don't know whether it's worth saying, actually, off the top. So this group also puts me at a bit of a disadvantage. I can't show David's battle against Anki because David's battle against Anki is still behind the Premier Battles Patreon. I toyed with messaging Stro to say, hey, listen, is there any danger of me getting a hold of the link to use? It just seemed in poor taste because, again, if you're going to put it behind the Patreon, people should pay to watch it. So I hope you all did the right thing by going away and watching it, like I said, because we're still going to touch base, hopefully, with I can see David in the chat. So we'll have David on Zoom at some stage in this stream, and we'll ask him to go into detail about the battle, his experiences, all that good jazz. Obviously, you have the interview, which, by the way, you're welcome to go watch right now, which we touched on his battle with Anki Dams. But I would still suggest that it would be good to get his insight and also hear what he has to say about the tournament. We didn't talk about his prospects for the tournament all that much. We mentioned it, but I'm interested to hear what he says. But to run it from the top, we've got Beyond, we've got DEDGE, we've got DW, and someone's got to explain why it's spelt this way, but we've got 7. But it's spelt 7 WXVE. I'm sure there's a reason for it. I don't know what it is. It certainly makes him easy to find on Google and on Instagram and on Twitter. So at least I give him props for the fact that from a marketing perspective, at least it's very easy to see him. I lost at Monopoly. Did you? Well, no, she not really. I think the only thing I did in the game of Monopoly, David, was I said, she didn't know she could buy properties, and I said, listen, you got to pick and choose your moments when you buy properties. And she got the sort of, after you pass go, she had that whole road, and I traded her my 2 train stations for the 2 utilities to try and make it fair. She then wiped the floor with me from there because all of her stuff was I was landing on all of it and not getting any money from the income tax because it kept on landing on the income tax, so I had no money coming in. So now, man, I'm proud of her. No, she was really happy to get the chance cards, David. She actually got one where it said, oh, you've got to pay tax on every hotel or house you own, and she had to give up like 1,400 quid. She had like 3 grand. She was like, oh, I'm like, you've got twice the money I have. Pay it. You know what I mean? But no, it was fun, man. It was fun. I'm getting old, though. Like I say, the fact that she legitimately beat me at Monopoly reminds me of a day that I beat my dad legitimately at chess. It was like a moment where he went, I must stop this. I'm like, right, the time for letting her win is past. I must now destroy her to reassert my dominance as alpha of this pack. I think we played... What else did we do yesterday? I can't remember. Point is, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about this tournament. David, stop distracting me because we're getting to you at one point, my friend, because now we're no longer friendly. We're assessing your chances in this tournament, but we will do that in a moment. We'll do it in alphabetical order because I want to get to DEDGE. In fact, let me flip the script a little bit. Let me do DEDGE first because, as you may or may not be aware, DEDGE has gone ahead and dropped something on his YouTube channel at 7 o'clock. He said it to drop at 7 o'clock, so it's live right now. If you want to dip to go and check it out, I'll be watching it live on here after we do his battle. But suffice it to say, if you're a participant of the Group F, if you're a participant in Group F, I'd go and check it out, because you may have been mentioned. So... we'll come to that. So listen, let's get into this now. Let's find DEDGE. Let's bring him up quickly. Now, the interesting thing about this is the ones he sent me, he does not go by DEDGE. David's already seen it. I'll need to hear what you think about it then, David. I'll need to get your thoughts on what he's... Because he said some stuff. So we'll do DEDGE first. But he goes by Dale CA. for Beast Anglia and for No Loose Chat. So I've got both of them. I leave it to the 6 of you watching. I'll put it to a vote. Would you like to see DEDGE versus, I suppose, King, but it's K1N6? Or would you like to, that's for No Loose Chat on the protocol? Or would you like to see him versus XLD for Beast Anglia? Which of those two would you prefer to see, do you think? Not fussed which one we want to watch. I think the XLD battle is a little shorter. Oh god, I need to put some WD-40 on that. So come on then, what are we saying? Which one of the two? There's 6 of you watching, assuming that 5 of you aren't bots and it's only David. David's going for the protocol for No Loose Chat. Anyone else disagree? McCoy wants to see the NLC one too. Okay, right. Okay, perfect. And TKE's in the chat. My friend, it's good to see you. We need to get you on at some point. I need to, by the way, it isn't, I'll just say this before I put the show on. I have invited all of the No Loose Chat guys on at some stage or another. They are busy as fuck with a million different projects, doing 1,000 different things. They are working their nuts off, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not supporting the No Loose Chat guys and the Southside stuff and the Onside stuff, please go and check them out. They're doing their best. Do you know what I mean? I hope to get, I think the only No Loose Chat exclusive personality so far I've had on is Paris. I need to rectify that. One of these days I need to get RX on, or I need to get TKE on, or I need to get Craigie on, or someone, just because I want to get into the weeds as far as No Loose Chat is concerned. But anyways, David's eating his tea, so let's tuck into DLCA, aka DEDGE, versus, I'm assuming, it's pronounced King, right? It's just spelt K16. TKE says he'll be on the show. It's what I'll say to battlers, right? I know that I have a reputation for doing 3 or 4 hour long shows. Do not worry. If you want to just do like a half an hour, 20-minute cut type thing, like I said, I've done one with Red Wolf recently where we just cut promos. That's it. We didn't get into the weeds. If that's more your speed, cool. But if you want the full Tony D experience of a 7-hour long interview, I must stress that point. He literally sat for 7 hours at one point. What a fucking prince he is. Then hit me up, man. Let me know. Let's get it in the books. Anyways.
Go. Turn up.
Let's see what we got here. What I would have loved to have asked DEDGE, by the way, is why the name change? I've got to find out why. Unless someone knows in the chat, I'd be fascinated to know why. Also, I presume, I hope it is, I presume the the stream's a bit smoother today. Like I said, I've uninstalled a bunch of stuff to make sure this runs a bit more smoothly. I presume it's running okay. If not, let me know.
Yeah, make some noise for that shit.
Back in the cup.
You know, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. We missed y'all. For this new installment, this card is called the Protocol. I have got 2 brand new co-hosts.
I'll be wondering why, TK. I've got to wonder why. Because it's, sorry to pause it. It's just because of the sound, I can barely hear myself talk. It's not really a thing, is it, in battle rap? Like, y'all don't change it. You might change your stage name from your music name to battle rap. I know that. And obviously, David's gone. I mean, it's DW. I mean, it's easy to see where the inspiration came from with that name change, which we'll get to, David. We'll get to. But yeah, like, in battle rap though, he's changed his name. So like, I'd just be curious to know why. I know there was someone else that I think I've interviewed that said that they changed their name. I can't remember who it was though, so I won't waste any time with it. But yeah, anyway, I'd just be curious to hear why he changed it.
It's your boy Happy Recorder. I can give it a source for all your sessions.
Come on. If I don't see more females in this event after that.
Yeah, it's hard to Google your name if you change it every time, I suppose, TK.
And, oh, wait a minute. How very dare I? This event is also sponsored by Halcyon Show. Please get the clues. For all your wellness.
I want to see Premier Battles shill as well. I want to see some ridiculous marketing. Oh, interesting Halcyon. Okay, fair enough.
Anywho, we're going to get into this one. Dale is going first.
AKA DEDGE. Also, I'll put this to the vote as well because I know these streams go long. Do you want to see the full battles tonight, or do you want to skip the opponent and just focus on the thing? While I'm watching this first round from DEDGE, make your minds up and I'll make sure that we curate accordingly, so hopefully we're not here for 20 hours. Luckily though, I literally have all night, so if you want to go long, we'll go long, baby. Alright, let's go.
Bro, I must be a really bad battler. King's finally turned up. I mean, you've been no show after no show after no show, and you let down Gas Buff. That's rough. So does that mean the king on treason? That makes you Charles I. So this battle's me putting your head on the block and telling you these are your last words. You were king, of course. But we can't really say that you're Hildebrand. He died in the year 744. He was known as the most useless king in history, but he turned up for every battle he ever had. You were king.
History bars, we've got them.
Pushes in the queue with force. You're about as much of a king as that little dickhead Prince George. But we all know King Rat, he's that bloke's bloke, you know, the sort of geezer every man wants to buy a plane, no matter the price, as long as he turns up on the night. Great. I reckon you purposely masculate the plans you make and masturbate to Andrew Tate. While you masquerade a wanking face staring in a shallow grave, no showing opponents. Of course you did plan it. Bruv, it's obvious. He looks like every fraudulent mechanic. Bro, that old lady spent a month's pension on that work. You didn't even track it. The car just disappeared. Must be that Malaysian traffic. I hate your acting. Tense and uptight like you hate your passion. I wouldn't pay your ransom if I was Richard Branson. Ring the tandem. My thoughts aren't random. I put in the work and get rewards you haven't. Bro, I drive 700-mile round trips just to turn up and show you I can rap though. You hardly turn up to put in work. Don't chat to me about a backbone. When it comes to comparison, we ain't in the same chat, bro. I am the block's whole bando. You are the backup trap phone. So after this, trust me, no one's gonna holly ya, you dusty little Nokia. No one's gonna holly ya.
That's silly, but I like it.
Trust me, after this, no one's gonna holly ya, you dusty little Nokia. Unless it's feds that are stopping you, just for you to say they went that way, officer. Time.
Oh, you accused him of being a narc. Interesting. I will say, by the way, and this is particularly interesting to David, Carlton Shanks said something today that, yeah, it's true. He said, it was tagging in some political shit, and it's like, man, no one likes the grass. And I couldn't help it. I just had to catch it and go, now you all know why my name's Lorne. And then, of course, I had to make reference to the fact that if I ever battled, that is literally something that would be the culmination of a bar against me. Anyways, we're deadlocked, by the way. Are we watching the full? Someone needs to break it up. Hadashroom says full. David says just DEDGE. What are we saying? Do we want to watch King's rounds as well, or do we want to just skip ahead? There's 9 of you, so one of you's got to break this up. Who are we saying? Oh God, he's got a picture of him wearing a crown as well. I feel like if you do that once, you've got to do it every single time. I mean, Shuffle, again, talk about Shuffle T and my fandom of him. That motherfucker wore that trench coat in every stuffy, hot fucking venue forever, despite the fact that it could not have been comfortable. Come on now. One of you break it up. We're not progressing until one of you breaks it up. Come on now. Tell me. And David, you just can't comment again. Come, what are we saying? Or we're watching the full thing. We're watching the full thing. There you go. Hadashrooms wins out. I'm giving preference to Hadashrooms today.
Let's go, let's go.
Go, King.
All right, let me address his angle about
Okay.
how I hardly attend.
Okay.
Let me tell you something, bro. If that's all you've got, you may as well be asking for death, because even if you had a sick verse and every single bar was a 10, the second it leaves your mouth.
Oh,
if
wait.
I'm here when you
Sorry, I now know why David only wants to showcase the battlers. Because he just wants to get to the bits where he can start making notes. David, you are not slick, my friend. You are not slick. We all see you. We all see you, okay?
Say it, it's only getting half the effect. But you, listen, but you can still bounce back. If only you would start to reflect. I know it's hard to neglect who you are and pretend, but you can't come to a rap battle against King with a charming offence. It's hardly intense. Bro, I can't tell
Talk
you.
good talk, King. Go.
You can't come to a rap battle against King with a charming offence. It's hardly intense, bro. I can't tell if you're trying to sell me a car or a friend. So you go back aggressive. We're all gonna feel the same calming effect. See, you're in the new crop every year. I see you farming events, and week after week, you just keep marching to death, and then they gave you to me. I said he'll need an army of men, because the way he's been stacking up his L's, it's like he's from a Nazi descent. What? Unsavory comments? What? Unsavory comments? Now I'm painfully honest, it's blatantly obvious. He's from Carlisle, so he's basically Scottish parents raised him. He's from Carlisle, so he's basically Scottish parents raised him on porridge, so why does he behave with this?
Nothing wrong with porridge,
I fucking
bitch.
hate
Nothing
this
wrong
place.
with
That's why
porridge.
I'm taking it off him just to play heads and follies. See, my brain is demonic. You know, the first time I met you, you said in a battle against Kick that while you were busy writing lies, I was in a village with my nan watching Grand Designs. And maybe I could have thought man could slide if he would have actually rhymed with Grand Designs. I mean, Nan was right. Oh, fuck it. Do you even want to learn? Are you willing to expand your mind? Well, if you are, just rewatch this battle. Write down and practice mine. If it still don't hit you, hang your mic. And I say this as a friend, as I offer you my hand for time, but know that the other one behind my back was tied. Let's go.
Let's go.
I'd probably edge Dedge in that one. I think they were both on par with each other, to be honest, but I'd edge Dedge just because he had a few more dynamics.
Well, you are fucking vicious.
And the other thing as well is, unless you are intimidatingly vicious, the guy that clowns on a vicious dude, or a guy who's trying to pontificate as vicious, usually ends up doing the old rope-a-dope on him. So I'm going to edge it to Dedge so far, but welcome to be argued with. If y'all have different take on it, by all means, let me know in the comments.
Well, you are fucking vicious. But I wrote this one with blood and scriptures, the intent malicious. I hope you're superstitious, this ain't fictitious. I'm in the district with a shovel and my hands are blisters. Your plans get scissored if I plan to
loose chat in
visit.
the
If I
house.
list your gimmicks, I'll have
That's
you
good, lads.
fidget. His plans mimics, my plans legit. He's standing timid.
Also, just to carry on for my little gushing session at the beginning of the stream, Snoop. Again, just a nice guy. We've had just long conversations about nothing to do. Fucking fly, go away. About nothing to do with seriously. About nothing to do with battle rap. Just friends, life, all that good jazz. Really, 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 really nice guy. Battle rap is full to the brim with good, nice, lovely people. Battle rap's ace, lads. Anyway, sorry. Dedge was spitting in this guy's face. Let's see how he goes. He keeps going.
How could he? Bro, I don't know what they taught you in sex education, but a D goes hard when it's staring at a pussy. Standard. Come on.
Not to clown on, again, this isn't being critical, this is just pointing something out. What kind of sex education class wouldn't address the idea that sexual arousal leads to that? Like, imagine, like, they do a whole class, kid, you know, goes through adolescence, and then one day, they're surprised by that, and they're like, you didn't cover this in class! Like, that's a weird, that's a weird line that doesn't stand up to scrutiny, but it's funny, I suppose, so he gets away. I mean, look, Big Tech is so close to grabbing him, it's not funny. Oh, there it is. There you go. Now we're just waiting for the first "that's crazy." Wow, that's creased everyone. Wow. Okay.
Standard! Sorry for the mislead. I was gonna rap tough, but it didn't work in history. So I went back to class, straight after dealing with that drama. Now I performed better. I guess it was a start, huh? You ain't the king. I ain't heard you go,
Dojo's in the house. Hi, Dojo. Don't think we ain't gonna cover you when we get to your group, Dojo. Don't think you're safe. I'm gonna get to you, don't you worry. Paris is gone. I've never seen Paris go like that before. Wow. She literally did like, what's his name? Judge Rinder, where he like turns around for like 30 seconds. I've never seen her do that before. Wow. Interesting. Okay. All right. Hey, listen, I might be being a little bit cheeky here with my commentary. However, what do I keep saying? Right for the room you're performing in, and he is nailing it right now. Fair play to the lad.
King, I ain't heard you go.
You got to get him.
It is what it is, champ. The only time you shake a leg is from a Pfizer jab. Come on, keep going. Keep going. You ain't the king. To the CDC. You ain't.
Not the CDC.
Keep going. You ain't the king. The only time you shake a leg is from a Pfizer jab. You ain't the king. I didn't see you pull that sword from stone. More time you're holding blades, it's a knife in a backbone. You ain't.
And that's fine, Dojo. Again, ladies and gentlemen, Dojo's in the comments. I just want to give props to Dojo as well. Again, the kind of guy that this tournament, I hope, really helps along in a lot of different ways. And all, do me a favor. Let him know one of these days he needs to come on my show and let me interview him. I've been chasing the Dojo interview for nearly 2 years now. 2 years, Dojo. We've got to book something in sooner or later. Let him know. Don't tell me, by the way. Tell him you want to see him on my show.
Ain't the king.
Anyways.
You ain't even got a henchman's arm. How the fuck can I respect another gamer's card? You ain't the king. Not one person around respects Don. So I'll sign the papers to say that we dethrone King John. You ain't the king. But if you are, go. You're Richard II. Here's one to think on. I'm Henry VIII. Mr. Bolingbroke, and I've got an army of men who think you're someone to revolt on. I'm taking over your home, sword to your neck. Who you gonna startle? You're coming with me down to Pontefract Castle.
Time. Okay, fair enough. Audience liked it. I thought it was okay. It was alright. It was alright. But again, at least in my experience, the guy that comes in too vicious without being intimidating, and that's the trouble when you're slightly diminutive, is always going to get run rings around by the guy that's prepared to clown you. So, nearly at the mountains, my friend. Okay, all right, fair enough. All right.
Hold it down.
Yo, but now you know the dub is mine. I look around, I don't see a single sign of cynicism. You're the only one who thought you could get this. And even that came from a mirrored vision, so fuck your dad jokes. So fuck your dad jokes from Little Britain. Everywhere. Listen, fuck your dad jokes from Little Britain. Every time you punch, it isn't hitting, you're swinging, missing. In fact, the only time they'll see a punch is when I swing and chin him. It's not an angle. Shit. Talk your talk. It's not an angle. Shit, it's facts, bitch. You get caught on the wrong end of where the axe is, and you'll be spinning different. You'll be in a crisis.
Paris, tell him. Talk to him. This is just me, right? But this is probably like, this is why I don't see the comparison with Dub, because Dub, I don't see that he looks like Yunnan at all, especially when he gets into it. His grimace reminds me of Yunnan. It's that really sort of visceral, like he looks ugly when he's spitting, you know what I mean? But that's because he's trying to really enunciate in that sort of overly aggressive way. But I always felt the same way that when Yunnan did it, which is, what I'm feeling right now is that he's trying to be, he's trying to provoke it. I don't know. It just doesn't translate 100%. That's all I'm saying. That's, again, nothing wrong with it. Again, if it's technical, if it's really vicious, if it comes across as, whoa, that's really strong. But at the moment, it's a bit like watching someone throw a tantrum. You know what I mean?
Like shit, what kind of trip am I in? There's flickered light in, there's figures rising, he's looking at me like king. What kind of psilocybin has my little mind been fucking intertwined with?
Psilocybin?
This is life.
Man got a thesaurus.
What kind of psilocybin has my little mind been fucking intertwined with? Nothing. This is life, bitch. Only it begins in writing with killer rhyming, deliberate timing with delivered violent. His bars, it's like a fucking kiddie typed on some Fisher Price shit.
All right, fair enough. Dojo. King had a lot of potential, but just no-showed every battle he ever had. Doesn't help now. There's an American batter with the same name and spelling. He legit had more no-shows than battles. Oof, sheesh. Well, this is it, man. Not being funny, but I know that this is why I come back to what I was saying at the beginning of the show, man. Battlers, as much as I know that they have their trials and tribulations when they get to the event, again, having interviewed maybe 50, no, it's probably more like 35 to 40 battlers. They all say the same thing, man. The fucking pain of going through preparation for a battle. Shuffle T made reference to it. He said the thing he hates most is the prep. He hates it. It's the anxiety of having to put it together. So I get why someone might fall through with things from time to time. But if he's got a reputation of dropping through, man, it's hard to have that. Just don't commit to it in the first place, man. Limit the number of battles you take, or limit the amount of content you're prepping for. You know, say no. You know, you can't disappoint people on a regular or recurring basis. So yeah, even though I don't mind what I'm seeing. He's perfectly serviceable. But yeah, if he's no showing, man, that's no mass for me. And again, I think Caveman was the one that tweeted this. Like, if anyone no-shows this tournament, whoo, dearie me, you better not come with any excuses. Just fucking dip, man. Don't make that kind of commitment and then no-show, please. Everyone in this tournament, I'm begging you, not just because I don't want to keep making thumbnails. Please don't please nail this. I'm begging you. Anyways, King spitting. Go.
Oh, man, amazing. Bro, I told you my pen could get graphic. Be like a picture signing, and I don't know if you can hear me, but I didn't have to bring a knife in, but at the flick of my wrist, I lift a bit of pipe into the sky, because I'm fucking electric, and I'm about to trigger lightning. And I'm done killing these clown types who do one-syllable vowel rhymes,
Interesting,
doing
Dojo.
dumb shit for the crowd hype, and turn one clip into sound bites. You should have changed your game plan. We all knew what you were going to bring, but still you came and you played the same hand. Does anyone here think that Del C.A. the main man? No.
Not the worst use of crowd work. I mean, DEDGE should have been the one to go. That feels like an easy, steal the lightning for a second.
The main man? No, not even my haters say that. This little baby-faced twat. You look like the type who would hype and get you in a fight, but then bravely stay back. He ain't snitch, fake bitch-made man. They said this would be a car crash. Others said the wreck of a train. That ain't that. It's too light. It's more like a paper plane crashed to the place the flames at. Time.
Okay. So he has moments, but DEDGE is much slicker. I think his temperament for the battle's a little bit better. Like I say, King's getting a few reactions, but DEDGE is the one that's gotten the bigger reactions so far and seems to be more composed, a bit slicker, a little bit more nuanced. I think in terms of overall content, it's not a million miles off, but I think King has had a couple of weird little misses, and that's again over the course of the battle. There's some filler in there too, so I'd still have it 2-2, but I'm happy to hear a 1-1 argument. If y'all want to say that second round to King, okay, fair enough, but I think DEDGE has been better over 2 so far.
Someone claims to be respected. You want to know why the rappers in Carlisle really hate my guts? Because I'm the only one that's had a case to bust. I can't make it up. If King gets bagged, it's for beta stuff. We do different. I can't let my situation worsen. I really been through hell. When I came back a different person. I smile in the faces of my enemies. You just tell me that you'd hurt them.
TK, he's called it 3-0 before we've even seen their thirds. Oh, no. Hey, wait, TK. I know that this battle's older, and I know you've seen it, but you got to play into the gimmick a little bit here, brother. For the audience and for me, it's, we're judging the battle in real time. You can't give away the finish like that, brother. You know what I mean? Like, just. But there you go. I mean, does anyone else want to prematurely call it? I'm going to get through the final rounds, but if y'all want to make a prediction, first and foremost, go nuts.
I smile in the faces of my enemies. You just tell yours that you'd hurt them. I'm about the psychology. Your trash talk is just flirting. Look, you can't outbar me on beat or a cappella, that's facts. You wouldn't outbar me on a beat if I just sang.
I like how TK hasn't deleted the comment below. He's just amended it. Oh, my days. You're too funny, man.
Hang on the track.
Too funny.
I don't know why this rapper seems so confused. Acting Aggie, but he's lying, trying to con you. Talking like he's an op, lies obtuse. This boy ain't too wavy in a courtroom. We can go outside, I ain't coming for a chin wag. One punch really puts a man in a bin bag. I'll deliver that to your girls when I dispatch. She'll come running to the door in her gym jams. Bro, I will fuck your girl so good. Even her mum wouldn't love you. And afterwards, her dad's gonna take me to the pub too.
Again, so not to belabor the point, I've said this on a couple of previous streams. If you're going to go with something base and fairly predictable in the sense of what could a battle rapper say about me that might rile me up, I think your mum's this, that, or the other, your girl's this, that, or the other, I'm going to do something to either or both of them. You have to make it really good. Like, you can't just go, and your mum's like, what? Yeah, I get that, Dojo. But again, not being funny, if this is my job, I have shit in my pocket that hopefully is something, I'm just saying, even if it's freestyling, it's like, well, he gets a bit of extra leeway because he's freestyle. It's gotta be good. It can't just be like, I fucked your girl. Ooh. Like, but still my aching balls. Like, come on now. I'm just saying. Anyways, let's see what he's got then.
Yeah. I'm on that white boy shit.
That got him swarmed.
Tell them who you are. Let them know.
I'm on that white boy shit.
Sorry to break this publicly.
I'm nice with it. He's not. He's got to pretend he's hard. It's true. Look, I would call you dense if you had a bit more caliber. I came here to expose and maybe hassle you.
Okay, fair enough.
In reality,
fair enough.
I'm just glad you actually came because we got a good battle out of King. Finally. Time.
Okay, there you go. All right. Is everyone cool if we skip King's last round then? Or do we want to see King's last round? And Dojo, you have to remember, I have a natural proclivity towards being the defensive little so-and-so. So if you leave a comment in my comment section, be prepared to verbally throw down, knowing that I have full reign to say whatever I want with zero rebuttal. Unless, of course, y'all want to come on the show and speak your piece. I'm just saying. Just saying, Dojo. Anyways, right. I'm gonna leave. Hannah Shrooms. Time. Oh my days. TKE might have something to say about that. TKE says he got a 3-0. So maybe TKE sitting there like, fuck Hannah Shrooms. I want to see this last round from King. All right. Let's while y'all are deciding if you want to see the last one from King, let me assess DEDGE for a second because I've actually seen him live. I think he was battling another participant in the form of B Ramble, and I had B Ramble taking that one. I think I even asked him, like, do you want me to showcase that one, seeing as it's a prem oriented battle? And he said no, the two that he gave me were probably better representative. So what are we seeing from DEDGE? Well, we're seeing a guy that I'm just going to fast forward it to a graphic, I guess, just so that y'all got something to look at. Let's go. God. I'm glad that they've gotten rid of that sort of juxtapose stuff. There you go. That looks nice. Let's just leave it on the No Loose Chat logo for a second. Y'all can you can admire its symmetrical goodness. There you go. Look at that. So let's think about DEDGE for a second. So he's got a bit of an aggressive streak with him. He wasn't afraid to get in the guy's face and really, yell in his ear and spit in his face and all that good combative shit. But on balance, he is a guy that looks like he wants to lean towards being more Levitus, a bit more jovial. Not really overly technical in this battle, I would point out. Not anything that I thought was particularly rhythmically very intrinsic or intriguing. Characterful, definitely. But I think he's going to have to... Again, I think he is maybe lacking a little bit in terms of that real core identity element. He's a bit anonymous in terms of his delivery and in terms of his overall presentation. And that's fine. A few guys in this tournament have that aspect to them. But, that being said, maybe he is attempted to rectify this because, as I alluded to, he has posted something today. I'm going to pull it up, and you and I are going to react to it live. Because, why not? I did ask him if he wanted to appear, by the way, as I've done with every other battler so far. He's playing football, so he's not going to be on tonight. However, he would have been available on Wednesday, apparently, but like I said, let's go DEDGE. No, not DEDGE. DEDGE. What's DEDGE short for, by the way? That's not going to work. Although I know what I did do though, because I'm a smart boy, is I saved the link. So let's pull that up quickly. Paste. And assuming that it's now live, it was private earlier when I tried to watch it. So yes, there we go. Right, let's go full screen with it. Yeah. Oh, hang on, I haven't told you to start yet. Right, let's go full screen with this bad boy. So this is apparently the Group F diss. All of you Group F guys, can you believe it? He's put his thoughts into song. Let's see what he has to say.
Yeah.
Oh, that's quiet, isn't it? Hang on, let me make sure it's nice and loud for you. Yeah, there you go. Now you can hear it.
DW, 7 Wave, DEDGE.
Oh, 7 Wave. Okay, fair enough.
DEDGE.
That would have been awkward.
Look. Group F, yeah?
Yes, it is.
Look.
Okay.
Someone tell 7 Wave, he's already lost before he starts to rap. You're messing with the big dog, you're a poodle with the bark to match. I could leave your face bruised and blooded, call it art attack. Halloween's coming, you're a pumpkin, I can carving rap. Group F. Well, I guess I'm Art the Clown, rolling up, replaying a spliff that we can pass around. Let me get it started now. D won't get a W just because he rolls through, followed by the Twitter crowd. Target on your back. I guess I'm here for practice. I might let you set the pace, then fire arrows where your back is. Now tell me how it feels that you can't spread out on a mattress. Yeah, you got 3 clashes, but you'll never score a hat trick. I'm coming with the low blows to leave the man with no nose. You do not bring your own flows. Are you and Angie so close? Do you and her see eye to eye? Who would win that drag race? The only time that sparks fly is if I tie you to the tracks. Still got sideburns like a bad spliff, swearing with an asterisk. Still the type to leave your girlfriend's bundle with the handprint. I might just tell 7 he can go and suck his dad's dick. I could not care less when Reply tells me what his mans did. D was in the spaces, but Reply didn't text back. Now PIP payments are not something that he'll get, fam. I'll strap you with extinguisher. Now you got a jetpack. Who said not having legs would be considered as a setback? I'm not shying respect, I don't do the mutuals. Reply can get G-checked and 7s would be brutal. These man cannot smoke dads, but they already know that. How's D not got legs, but we'll still be getting toe tagged? I'm coughing from the blowback. I guess they got some gonads. Let me get the rope sack and hang them with their own facts. Figures that might figure out 9 rounds that allow them start to wither out. 7 looking like he sniffed an ounce. I'm the one they wanna beat. I know that they've been stalking me. It's getting kinda gross like D when he tries to stomp his feet. Like 7's mum's cunt flaps. Reply needs a dunce cap. You best hope that I don't catch her. Your character arc really coming like your Yamcha or Denkai Kaminari. Get fried like calamari. I will sit you down calmly and then drown you with Bacardi. This one's just a warning. I'm coming like I'm Hellspawn. 7 Wave is boring and DW does nugget porn. Reply's just on anime. I'll give the guy a roundhouse. When you and me battle, why don't we do anime rounds? If you wanna grab the ball, please don't grab me by the wrong horns, or else Group F will be considered as an onslaught.
F to pay respects when they crash out like a Concorde. Who said Reply was a bad man? I'll ransack his dad's pad, then towel dry my bollocks at his nan's gaff, and that's that. 7 gets his nose stamped, Reply will get shin kicks, D will get his toe clamped. I'll dance and give him big hits. Code 7's facing Listerine, boogie with the cold dead. I might bring a vibe and bring it up another whole step. Yeah, Dedge.
Thoughts? Okay. So thoughts? TK TKE is the low-key MVP of the chat so far today. Dojo followed closely behind, by the way. Dojo's coming in with the information. But TKE... I just imagine, like, in a battle rap court of arbitration, like, they stand up, make their opening statements. Dedge, sort of on the other side, releases that as evidence, and TK stands up and goes, "Respectfully, Your Honor, Zess." Oh my days, that's funny. That's funny. TKE, I don't know where. I don't know what I'll send you. I'll send you like a little mini trophy in the post or something for the commenter of the session so far. Assuming you can hold on to the spot. There's a long way to go. I think the only correct thing to do in this moment is to say to David, seeing he went after David a lot in that, and he really seemed to emphasize the whole he has no legs thing. That seems to be really the only thing that he seemed adamant about fixating on, which is fine. If again, by the second beat, I forgot it was a diss. So I'm assuming that the chat is being you're not being swayed by the diss track. Is that what we're saying, ladies and gentlemen? We're saying that we're not watching that and saying that we're blown away by it. Okay, well look, here's what I make of it. I admire the fact that he set aside some time in order to try and articulate something as a prelude to his entry into the battle. I also appreciate the fact that he's attempting to emulate a lot of what Premier Battles have produced. If you look at some of the diss tracks like by Kingsley and by Bobby and guys like that, they have tried to, they want to, they're trying to... All I would say is I think, again, it's... The thing I would say about it is it's that middle ground that it's the problem. It's not so vicious as people go, "Oh man, you can't say that. That's ridiculous. That's so offensive." In which case you want to see him get his ass kicked in the battles, and then he's got the opportunity to show you all up and prove you all wrong and all the rest of that sort of stuff. And it's not clowning, and it's not so verbose and so silly. Like, again, I'm sure David is in the same camp I am. My name's Lorne, okay? So David and me have something in common in the respect of we both get stuff leveled at us all the time where the fucker that says it thinks you're the first person to ever fucking say it. And oh, congratulations, aren't you so clever? My rule is just make it funny. If y'all want to insult me for being fat or my name's Lorne like grass or I'm dumb or ugly, whatever, fine. Just make it funny. Just be entertaining with it. And I think the problem with that was it didn't air in any particular direction too strongly. It was a bit safe, I suppose. Like, he didn't say anything that could be misconstrued too offensively. He didn't say anything that was monstrously offensive. He didn't say anything that was monstrously it was a bit safe. It was a bit kind of by the numbers and executed probably as well as he thought he probably could. But in the end of the day, it's not done the job. It's not made you go, "Oh, I want to see this guy get his ass kicked," or "I want to see this guy clown on all of the guys." It's not done the job. At least that's my humble criticism. So what I will say, let me get rid of that. Let me grab this quick, because I'm not having the technical difficulties that we had the other day. So David, if you're in the chat, behold, meeting details. Get your ass into the chat, young man. Let's talk about it. Let's get your take on the diss, since, again, you were heavily referenced in that. And you've had some time to lament on it as well. David, let's not forget, in the earlier comment, said he'd seen it earlier. So he's had time to not only see it twice, but he's had a chance to ferment on it. So let's see what... I want to hear what David has to say, because we don't have a... The other trouble is we don't have a battle of Davids to watch. And so I feel like it's only fair that we, because we're not going to get to showcase him in the same way that we're showcasing the other guys tonight, it's only fair that we get him on. So, David, do me a favor. Drop me a comment once you've clicked on the link, and we'll get you on. But yeah, so Dojo wants to know why Beyond was called Reply. I have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine, Dojo. Hopefully, at some point we can get Dead. Because this is the thing, man. I want to get away from this sort of, you know, this kind of presentation where guys don't have the opportunity to clap back, man. Again, I feel like Battle Rap, the whole point is the opportunity for both of you to speak your piece in the form of the performance. If I don't feel something that you guys have done, like if I watch it and I think, I'm not a fan, y'all should come on and disagree, you know, put forward your case, articulate it, speak your piece. I want to hear it. I don't want to hide behind this screen. I don't want to sit here and just criticize and critique things without someone coming on and saying, well, what you're not understanding is this. I want to hear it. So let's see. Anyways, we'll wait on David for a second. But coming back to DEDGE for a second, as far as the tournament is concerned, and as far as the diss track and the presentation so far, I think, like I say, he's lacking in that definitive direction. And I think what he needs to do, and what would be the most productive thing for him to do, is to really commit to an identity, to commit to a philosophy, some aspect of himself that he can crank up to 11, run with, make his own. Now, maybe he'll be in the primordial phases of that when he enters the tournament. Maybe not. We'll see. I will say, David, that everyone says that, but it's usually them. So hang on, let me get rid of that. Also, David, you're on a laptop as well. You've got no excuses. All right. Let's paste the link. So that's the link. And then the meeting ID and passcode. There you go. Also, I would say to battlers in the house, and this goes out to Dojo, TK, and anybody, those are the meeting details that I would submit usually for battlers. So when we do interviews, those are the ones I would use. So feel free to jot those down for future reference. I don't use that for anything other than my interviews, so big, who cares? I do think DEDGE and Beyond will be the two winners of this tournament. Cool. Right, in that case, if David is in, let me shrink this down. Let's start a new meeting. Let's see if David is in the... Oh, for God's sake. Let's start. Right. Hopefully, David will be there waiting for us. And you can hear from someone that isn't me. Wouldn't that be lovely for a change? Who wants to hear from me, really? Good news, actually. If you still haven't seen the interview with David... One of the wonderful things about Zoom before I reinstalled it was the fact that, and I say wonderful sarcastically, for whatever reason, it cuts my camera after he starts talking and then just stays on him for the entire interview. So you never see me in the interview, ever. And if you cut me out and we just stitched him together, all you would hear is David. Wouldn't that be brilliant? Wouldn't that be wonderful? If we just had David for an hour. No nattering by me. Wouldn't that be fucking brilliant? But alas, no. That's that. We've dealt with that. Ah, that's nice. I used Uber for the first time today. Never used an Uber before. Had to use it twice in the same day. Had two drivers. One called KK, one from Abdul. Yeah, try it again, David. Try it again. So go to the second link for me. Click on it. Go back on it. And it should. I'm now in that meeting, so there should be. It literally should pick up, and you should be away. So, So while we're letting David faff around, how was your day? It's good. Get up to anything interesting? In case you're wondering, it's Fisherman's Original is what I'm chewing on. They're good. Yeah. Tasty, delicious, flavorful. All that good jazz. Come on, David. No one wants to hear from me. Come on. Oh, what? Actually, while we're waiting on David, I'll also tell you that I'm pretty sure I am going... Oh, by the way, I've just realised David asked for a link to his own diss. David's such a good sport. I'm thinking about starting the retrospectives again. Career retrospectives on some of the battlers. So... looks like... Yes, but I've invited you to it, David. I'm not having this. Again, lads, I'm not having this. It's y'all that are cocking it up. It's a new meeting, right? In fact, fuck it. Let's do this one more time. Right. I would also point out, lads, I worked in IT. I know it's not me fucking it up. So y'all gotta work with me on this. You gotta... I'm sure, David. I'm sure. Every attempt that you cock up is being used against you, by the way. Your IT skills are being called into question right now, and I wouldn't have it if I were you. All right. Also, by the way, David, you're making it entirely possible for someone else to jump in and be there the next time I bring this up. Right. Let's try it one more time. And then if you can't fix... Because this is the thing. I'll say this. I'll say it. If I didn't like David so much, I'd kick you in the nuts. It's another one of these. I'm going to put this in the... Because I've started listening to times so that if anyone sees this after the fact, you can skip to the bits you want to see. Yeah. Right. Let's see if he's in this one. Hopefully he is. Hopefully he's in. And when I click this, he will be there waiting. We have live. I hear him. Can he hear us? That's the big question. Oh, I see him now. I hear clicks. I hear all manner of good sounds.
Hello. Sorry. Was that like 5 minutes of dead air?
There he is. Who cares about that? We only care that DW is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. David Williams, the one and the only. Williamson. Sorry, my bad.
Kitchen with my air fryer.
Well, I was going to say, by the way, like, why didn't you set this up like this the last... Because you were in... And this is funny to me because he was the one that noticed it first in the interview. Dying light as we were going through the interview. It was progressively getting darker to the point it was like, fuck, I'm basically a ninja up in this bitch. And had to go and relight the thing. This is perfect. This is great.
Last time my partner and 2 children were in the house. So I had to kind of be... buried away in the corner, so I didn't wake excuses coming at me with all these reasons and reasonability. Unbelievable. This is listen. No one cares about any of this, Dave. No one cares. We just saw a diss, and they went. Yeah.
And you were targeted pretty heavily in this. Okay, I know that people want to know. I want to know. I'm sure you even want to know. Why was Beyond called Reply?
I have no idea. I don't know. Is that like another name? Is it another name change?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I'm just curious. Like, why is that a thing? I have no idea. Now, all joking aside, right? Okay, so we can't showcase your battle, which I'm bummed about.
No.
But I'm going to talk about it nonetheless.
Yeah.
Talk to me about it.
But can't we talk about DEDGE's diss a bit more?
We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. You go nuts, man. The floor is yours.
I take it as a compliment. But, so it seemed like most of it was about me, which suggests that either... A, I'm the biggest threat, or B, I'm the easiest person to do punchlines that don't really land for. he can't spread out on a mattress. So, but I mean, I think you mentioned like he saying like the obvious things, but then I've got no legs. I would be an absolute fool to think that in a battle someone's not going to mention it. So it's low hanging fruit, which is the only fruit I can reach. So it's yeah, I liked it, man. It was a jolly little ditty. I liked that he was wandering about in the woods randomly, and I liked that he had a bit of serenity and looked out at the lake at the end. It was nice.
Okay, right. So I got to ask, and this is the interesting thing, because again, you're relatively new to the scene in the sense of being a performer. But one of the things that I keep hearing about from other battlers I've interviewed to battlers I talk to behind the scenes, there's always a reticence to put a little bit too much out into the ether, because you know that someone out there you might be battling in the future is going to go, oh, sorry, I must take note. You watch that, right? And you must be thinking to yourself, oh, extra material, beautiful, I presume. Or is that, or am I assuming too much here? Tell me what your thoughts are having seen it now.
The thing is, you got to think about the audience that's going to be in the room, and are most of them going to have seen it? So if you do something about it, is it just people are going to be a bit kind of like, what are you talking about? So, but you know what? Fair play to him. You said it. He's put it together, and he's written it and produced it and put it out. And no one else in our group's done that. So you know, he's 1-0 up at the moment, isn't he? So fair play to him.
Well, do you concur with my assessment? Because again, you're going to be the one that's in this, right? And you're the one that's got the same problem as anybody else in the tournament, which is, how do I stand out from the pack? How do I curry favor with the audience? How do I get in good with the people that are going to be voting me through to the next round, and yada yada yada? I watched it, and I just, again, my thought is, it's just a bit safe. It's just a bit paint by numbers. It's not, again, I want to see, if you're going to do something like that and put the effort in, you've got to have like a payoff or a point or some hook or some killer bit that makes it worth it putting out. Again, it like you said, you've heard a lot of this stuff even in passing. I just feel like if you're going to go out on a limb like that, you need to go all the way. And maybe he's handed you a bit of a baton here. Like maybe he's given you a bit of a boost by saying, wow, that's all he has to say when he has no one clapping back at him.
I'd be really surprised if anyone put their best stuff in a track like that, though. No offense to the track, but you're not going to put all your, if you've got a real haymaker, you're not going to put it in something like that. You're going to hold it back for the battle. And DEDGE is my first battle, so you know, yeah, it's cute, you know, it's cute.
Cute, interesting choice of phrase.
Also,
well, listen,
I can see, no one else will know this, but when you're kind of on a Zoom call with you now,
yes,
I can see the picture of you with the green background.
Yes,
you're
that's my.
Awfully smart.
Oh well, that was my corporate picture when I was responsible for taking everyone's corporate picture.
I was going to say, is that your LinkedIn profile page?
That's my LinkedIn profile page, yeah. Do you know what? I'll move it over so everyone else can see. Because at the moment, again, for the benefit of everyone watching, because of the way my OBS is set up, he can't see me. He can only see my profile picture when I'm talking. I'll move me next to your head so everyone can see. Look at that. Look at that little idiot next to David's head right now. That's what I... On your left. So if you put your... I'll tell you what. Hold still. There. Now it is. So look, that's me right there, looking oh so pretty. And my mother would be so proud of me. I combed my hair, did my tie, and I look like a fucking idiot. But anyways, let's move it across, because no one cares about my LinkedIn profile. And if you do, please follow me.
Like someone who's had a very minor new metal hit going to court.
What is it, the goatee that gives it away that I'm a bit new metal? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so. You're
Listen,
like Limp Bizkit's 8th guitarist.
It's more the fact that the beard that I grow doesn't connect to the rest of the beard that I grow. It just doesn't work. I try growing it out. It just doesn't work. But listen, we're deviating from the purpose of this, which is, listen, you battled Anki Dams. You're over the hill as far as your debut, but now you're into the fire of the tournament. The big question, what are you aiming to do, and what can you do in the tournament?
I'm kind of very much looking at it like a tournament. So first job is qualify from the group. So I imagine you need at least 2 wins to get through that. So feeling a little bit of pressure because a lot of people kind of, like I say, have had one reasonably good tryout match or battle, and a lot of people kind of saying, "Oh yeah, he's going to go through," blah blah blah. So, which must be really annoying to everyone else in the group because they've had loads of battles and loads of names and all that, and then people are saying me, so that must be quite annoying. So I'm hoping that's going to fire them up. Do you know what I mean? Although Beyond's had his match or battle, I call them matches. I don't know why. He's had his battle tomorrow cancelled, so a bit gutted for him because I would have liked to see how he was going to do.
Interesting. I was not aware of that. I did know he was due to battle because he said that I don't think he's going to make it tonight, but he said that he was willing to talk down the road, and by that point he'll have had 2 battles and therefore more stuff to talk about. So he's had that. Okay, interesting. So what does that put you in the frame of mind then with regards to, obviously DEDGE has got a bit of a track record behind him. Is it 7 Wave then? I've only heard him referred to as 7.
Yeah, I think it's 7 Wave. I guess.
Okay.
So. It's really cool, isn't it? It's like he came of age in 1993 when everyone was spelling everything with a Z at their end of their name. So yeah, it's very cool, man.
My gamer tag is Shiro with an X, so I'm so totally. Well, come on, you're a new metal fan. You know that Linkin Park's original name was XERO. I am as fucking unoriginal as it gets, my friend. I have zero creative originality here. But coming back to the point, so in the scheme of things, obviously you've got an opponent now that's had a battle fall through real close to the tournament. You've got a guy with a bit of a track record and a guy that's probably more synonymous with on-beat grime clashes. So we've got a kind of a variety of different dispositions and technical skills within the tournament. How does that favour you, or how does that put you at a disadvantage, and how do you plan to overcome or make that work for you?
I think really you got to be kind of realistic and say, looking at it, I should be the kind of person tipped to come 4th out of 4 and lose all the battles in terms of experience and everything else. But if all people are going to come at me with is you can't spread out on a mattress, and I can spread out on a mattress, I think I need to put that out there. I've got a huge wingspan. Like I am mattress. No, I'm not going to say that. They've got to come with something better than you've got no legs, because I know that and everyone else knows it, and it's obvious and silly. So I think that actually puts me at quite a large advantage, and I'm just really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be, like I say, our group is the development group. That's what it was called. Everyone understands that and everyone appreciates that. And, everyone's there to get some experience and kind of, if it's where winning matters, winning is a habit. We all know this. So you've got to get into that habit.
Couple of quick questions, and then I want to let you get back to your normal role of harassing me in the comment section and bombarding me with questions such as the hilarious "What's your favourite potato?" and "Oh, fizzy water, aren't you silly?" Go on, talk your now that you're here, and now you can confront me with my bollocks. Go right ahead. You talk your talk. Go ahead. Spit the worst you've got for me.
Dojo started that, didn't he? The potato thing.
I've got no idea. I've literally no idea what's going on with that.
Dojo just tips me to lose as well, bastard.
Did he know?
So
Dojo.
Yes.
I do not think. Oh, yes, he did. He said at this moment in time, I do think DEDGE and Beyond will be the 2 winners of this bracket. Well, what do you have to say? Oh, okay, that's a better question than my stupid spiel. To people that are maybe writing you off, that are going, listen, nice guy, great talent in terms of his work and but he's only had 1 battle. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's be real. He doesn't have the reps. He doesn't have the experience. He just doesn't. He's not going to have what it takes. What do you say to them?
I'd say they're absolutely factual in all of those things, and it is up to me to prove them wrong. It's not. I'm not sat here going, please be nice, please tip me, do that. If you think I'm not going to go through, you are absolutely entitled to that opinion, based on the kind of people's history and experience. I'm not going to argue with you. It's up to me. It's my job to prove you wrong. It's not your job to say that I'm going to do all right. It's my job. So yeah, bring it on, man.
What do you think you're going to bring to the tournament that's unique? What do you think that only you can bring?
Prosthetics.
Yeah. I sort of left myself open.
I can make those jokes too. So.
Oh, dearie me. Again, when we battle one day, I don't stand a chance, do I?
Yeah, you will, man. You're vicious. You're
oh,
killer,
yes. Yes. Get me behind a camera and Twitter. Oh, I am just a Tasmanian devil. Put me on a stage, though, and you will see an angry mob beating me senseless, and no one will stop them. So let's not get it twisted. You would win. But you're not battling me. You're battling these three gentlemen. But you're going to have to bring something to them that they can't. What is that? What is that key element that you have that they lack or that you're working on that you're going to bring for us?
I think it's just self-awareness of the whole thing. You know, I'll always go back to what O'Shea said against Tony. We're two grown adults. Do you know what I mean? It's that self-awareness and just that knowing who you are and knowing what you're there to do. And we're probably moving into the phase where everyone's got to be kind of aggressive and fighting each other and all that. It's just knowing who I am and knowing what I can do. And to be fair, like I say, I've not proved that yet. So let's bring it on. Let's get started. I think that's what everyone wants to do right now. Just chomping at the bit to get started and get to the venue and see how it's all set up with the production and everything else.
What are the emotions you're going through waiting for the tournament to start? Because again, we're still waiting on a lot of information as fans, let alone you guys as performers who need to know the minutiae of what's... We're just talking like, oh, we just want to know what the promo material looks like and we want to know when we can see it. You need to know things like, right, well, what do I need to do and what do I need to this, that, or the other? But what are your feelings leading up to it now? Is it excitement, anxiety? You just want to get going? Is there a bit of reticence now that you've got this massive commitment ahead of you with 3 battles in so many months? Like, what are your feelings right now?
It's just, I think for me, it's possibly because of the experience, but it's just like a little bit of nerves. But that's only because I care so much about doing something good and doing it well and not letting down the people who have kind of said, you're going to do all right. So yeah, just a little bit of nerves, but again, I'm speaking from the whole experience of one battle. Once it starts, the nerves just kind of disappear off into the ether, and then you finish and you have just this massive adrenaline dump. So,
final question then.
Yes, Mr. Lorne. What
do you want to get out of the tournament? I know that winning it would be just a fever dream at this point from starting at the beginning, like everyone else. They're thinking about their group phases first. They don't want to get too ahead of themselves. So winning would be one of those things where it's like, holy shit, what the fuck just happened? But like, obviously for your fandom and for your potential career as a battler and everything that's brought you up until this point, what do you hope to achieve, accomplish, and what would it mean for you to accomplish what you want to get done?
I want to put on performances good enough and solid enough and consistent enough that once this tournament's over, and who knows what the future will be after that, that I'm going to get booked again and get opportunities and bigger opportunities and better opportunities. What I'm really interested in as well is adding something new to my story. Do you know what I mean? I've done the sport thing. We touched on that in our interview. I've done the fundraising thing. I've won awards and done really well in those two kind of aspects of my life. This is really new to me. So I just want to kind of emulate what I've done in other spheres, if you like, in this. And there was one thing I was going to mention. Do you know what? It's gone. I was going to say something, and I had it in my head, and it's gone. So, why was DEDGE holding a branch at the beginning? What's he doing?
So, as far as the composition of the video, and as far as the content of it, that's why I'm trying to reserve. Because again, I really mean it when I say, if y'all let me have my say, it's only fair I let DEDGE at some stage come on and say, so here's what you're missing, or here's what you disagree, and here's what you're not, da-da-da-da-da. Because, again, you might agree with this, you might disagree with this, dude. I think fans deserve their say. I think that's critical to this new phase of Premier Battles is the fans have to have an investment and they have to have a payoff to their fandom. But at the same time, I think the battlers need to stop placating so much and be themselves. And if he's going to release something like that, clearly he believes and stands behind it. Even if we're all being critical, I want to afford him the opportunity. So if I say, hey, listen, man, it came across as a bit wet, a bit bland, a bit this, that, and the other, I want to hear from him. I want to hear from him say, no, here's the thing. What you're not understanding is what you kind of alluded to. It's, man, I'm keeping my gunpowder dry. I'm going to let David have it when I see him. I'm not going to give him away my best angles. Or who knows? But I am curious, like, is it prompting you to maybe think, man, I've got some fuck it, where's my camera? I'm going to go film something right now.
Yeah, maybe, man. Look, I'm not really being critical of him. I'm having a laugh. Same way that I laughed at the he had one line about pit payments, which was quite good. So, do you know what I mean? He's all right, isn't he?
He's all right, isn't he? Listen, I am infinitely excited about this for you. I referenced it, I think, twice or three times in our interview, but like, as far as your ability to be able to perform on the day against Anki Dams, I was impressed. Again, from a perspective of, I know you've never done it before, and I know how nerve-wracking it is to go and do something not only that you're trying for the first time, but you love. I know the reverence you hold for this thing. It's the reason why I beat myself up at the stream the other day, and it's something that you can now attest to, because it's the same thing that, ironically, Jim Bob said to me after his battle, which is, oh man, I appreciate the compliment, but could have been better. Oh, it could have been better. And I'm curious, and this is my super duper last question, how far have you come as a performer from the first one to now in terms of what you're expecting from yourself? I know you said that you really want to kind of deliver solid performances, but how do you want to feel about a performance after? Is it just about nailing the material? Is it about getting the responses? Or is it something kind of nebulous? It's just you won't know until you feel it.
Because it's a different environment and that, and I don't know who the audience is going to be. If it's going to be like Patreon members who get a ticket, or if it's just kind of an audience at a TV show. I think I just want to just get everything out clean and make sure stuff lands where it's meant to land. I think that's kind of what the targets I've got to set myself. And then go up from there, because if it's not clean and if it's stumbly and a bit clunky, then it's kind of a waste of everyone's time, really, and I'm not here to waste anyone's time.
Okay, super duper for realsies. Last question: are you winning your group? Are you 3-0ing this group? Are you going to take it home for us? What are you saying? Oh, he's weighing this answer. Interesting stuff. He doesn't want to admit it, ladies and gentlemen. He's 3-0ing the group. He's only going to go and sweep it.
This is what I'd say, right? People will speak really, really loud in every kind of way of life and whatever. I don't have to speak loud when it comes to what I've done before, because I've accomplished everything that I can accomplish. So I'll let everyone else speak loud. Everyone else can kind of do their thing, and I'll just rock up on the day and snatch it away.
On that note, DW, ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman is going to be performing live and in colour come September, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he's got in store. So with that being said, back to the comments section with you, and mention my fizzy water no more.
Thank you, mate. See you in a bit.
Appreciate it, brother. You take good care of yourself. I'll speak to you soon. DW in the house, ladies and gentlemen. We finally got it over the line. Don't tell him. I know what the Zoom problem was. I was starting a new meeting, but I wasn't using the personal details I was actually sending, so really it was my fault. Shh. He won't have seen that last part, so don't anyone tell him. Anyone tells him, I'll stab you in the dick. Right, and Haddershrooms, the stick was a Stick Nation shout out on Insta Stick Nation. Thank you, Haddershrooms. The man in the know. So there you go, that's David. And just as a kind of cotton on to the end of that, I'm excited for David and no other reason that, again, he's doing something that a fan dreams of doing but never really has the balls to do, which is to try the thing they're a fan of. It's like any professional wrestling fan. All of us dream getting into the ring, running the ropes, doing a full front, swanton off the top, taking a stunner, all the rest of that sort of stuff. But if anyone actually offered us the opportunity to jump in the ring, half of us would shit our pants and run in the opposite direction. David is one of the few people to go, all right, sure, what do I got to do? And he went and he did it. And I've seen his Anki Dams battle. And yes, Anki had kind of a weird structure to, I think, his second one. He went a bit conceptual. And David obviously had... he had some developmental issues in the sense of he, probably needs to enunciate more, probably needs to have a bit more bravado to his external performance. But in terms of how tight his material was, how funny he was, how clever he was, he's as good as anyone, man. So I'm excited to see what David can do, given the fact that he needs to just be himself. Like, he's got enough passion, spirit, character to him that I think he can take this as far as he wants to. So I'm interested. There's no David. You didn't hear anything. You didn't hear a goddamn thing, okay? Anyways, sorry for the technical difficulties. Don't say a fucking word to David, all right? And that would also mean that I was... You should have seen it, right? I am moving on to the next battler in just a second. I will just share with you. So Enigma the Prophet was on the last show, and it took us about 10 minutes to get his Zoom chat on. He had the same issue, only the funniest thing ever, though. I went into my... Because every time you open Zoom from someone else, right, they log into your room, it sends you an email. My inbox was fucking filled with emails saying, Enigma has entered your Zoom chat. And I had to message him the day afterwards to say, I'm so sorry. So, listen, it's all new here, okay? I'm flying by the seat of my pants. I'm trying to figure this shit out as we go, okay? Okay? Can we be friends again? I hope we can. Right. So, that's David. And that is also DEDGE. I will say that invariably when DEDGE sees this, you have an open invite to come on the show, my friend. Do not think this is the last we will hear from you. Do not think this is the last you will have the opportunity to speak your piece. We will have you on at some stage or another to rebuttal. So, with that being said, let's move on, shall we? So, let's check out, and I'm so glad that David came on because I've been calling him Seven since that makes more sense now. 7 Wave. There you go. This is going to be an interesting one because I have 2 battles for 7 Wave. I have seen neither of them. One of them is an on-beat clash. The other one is a Premier Battles Academy Tournament battle against a potential competitor, Jim Bob Gnarly. I don't know which one you would prefer to see. I know that he would probably prefer me to show his on-beat clashes, which is the one that I've downloaded. However, you as the audience may decide that that's not relevant to the tournament and therefore we want to stick to what is actually relevant to what we're going to be seeing live. So, thoughts? There are 4 of you watching right now. What would you prefer to see? Jim Bob Gnarly or his battle against Corrupt Citizen, which is on beat? What do we think would be better to watch on this evening? What do we think? Happy to go either way. Whatever you guys think is best. One other thing while I remember, by the way. So that last stream that I did a couple of days ago, you know how I'm bummed out about it? Because I just didn't think it was very good. It's the most popular stream. It's the most popular stream I've done in this series. Of course, the one that people check out is the one where I'm the shittest. Pain in the fucking ass, man. Never mind. Never mind. This is a better stream, I feel like. I feel like we're having more fun here. I think it's more levitous. We've had David on. Much better. I don't know why I called him David Williams. David Williams' son. Maybe it's because I'm lazy. Maybe because I'm just lazy these days. I just can't get people's names out. I'll call him DW. It's better. It's easier. Although I call him David a lot as well. Anyways, since no one's commenting, I'm going to pick. So, because we are showcasing Premier Battles-esque battles, let's go with his battle against Jim Bob. Now, I know this is probably Probably one of his first forays into it, but nevertheless, I feel like we've just got to persevere with it. So let's see what we've got here. Let's put it full screen and let's move it over. It's got Patreon stuff on it as well, I presume. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay, there we go. This looks like it was recent too.
Premier battles, undisclosed. This is the Academy qualifier. We're at 33 Oldham Street. If you're in the building, make some noise!
Hooray!
This is the final battle of the day. We're going to jump straight into it.
I'll also say, by the way, surely David gets points because he was repping the merch. People say Gas right there. Gas is the one that's always on point. No. David with the Premier Battles merch to hand, son. He was on it. Talk about an ambassador for the brand. Loving that shit.
Side, you've seen him on Premier Battles numerous times. Make some noise for Jim Bob Gnarly!
Jim Bob Gnarly.
And on the left, on the left-hand side.
Oh, bless him.
Start over now. I'm sorry. Yep. And on the left-hand side, making his Premier Battles debut. Everyone make some noise.
That's maybe something else that Gast could work on. If it's all the same to him, if I can offer this piece of opinion, I think Gast could relax a little bit. Just relax a little bit. I feel like that stumble, that little thing there, it's just, he's tense. And I don't know why. You got Gast, when you see this, not if, when, you're Gast fucking buff. You've been killing everyone's favourites. This is your house now. You kick your feet up and be right at home, my friend.
For 7 Wave!
7 Wave, the young man we're here to see. Let's see what he's got.
Battle, 60 seconds, side off camera. Round 1, let's go.
Alright,
Okay,
yo.
let's go.
Who bought Mr. Tumbling? Speak up, stop mumbling. He's like 5'3", so I never been under him. Killer on a beat now, trust me, I come to win. This guy's wondering why he come here today, cause he knows that he'll die in the war. His girlfriend is built like an ironing board, I'm frying him more. Now you should be dieting more, so wait there, let me bun him alive. You coming to die and I fuck your mum in the night. Little fat shit guzzling pie, you can't bother me, why? Don't hype you my son on the mic, yo. I got some nasty rhymes blasting by. Can't match me eye, chicks with dicks, brother, that's your type. And you're never gonna win it when it's clashing time, yo. And your girlfriend isn't ladylike. You pay the price, she looks like Katie Price, and not the prime version. At least she's a nice person.
Okay, alright.
Yo, back in with that one, yo. Your girlfriend isn't ladylike, you pay the price, she looks like Katie Price, and not the prime version. At least she's a nice person, trust me, I'm certain. This guy is a virgin. Yeah, fuck it, time, yo.
Time. Okay, right. Let's, there you go. Nice little graphic on screen. So, okay, 60-second round, in, done. So, pain for the obvious on-beat guy. I forget who it was. I think it was Red Rum when I saw her showcased on Short Circuit. I think, anyway. I'm pretty sure it was Red Rum. Same, not issue. Issue's the wrong word, but the disposition of on-beat versus acapella, if we're going to just use the word acapella in this instance, right, he's trying to keep it to time, and he's trying to keep it to a rhythm even if it's in his own head, which is fine because it gives it a certain verve, it gives it a certain pace. He didn't waste anyone's time. I mean, fucking hell, the video's only 8 minutes long, so he's about to bosh out 3 rounds, and so is Jim Bob Gnarly in less than 8 minutes, and that's not including the fucking promo, which is a minute and a half. So tight, real good in terms of performance. I wonder though, can he slow it down? Can he turn it into more of a performance? Can he adapt that sort of that rhythm, which is great. There's nothing wrong with it. It gives him a certain distinct, a distinctness. It makes him stand out a little bit. He has some humor in there. You look like Katie Price, but not the prime version. I mean, it's cheeky, fine. Nothing too hard in there. Again, just kind of, and again, not necessarily aimed at Jim Bob. A lot of it was just kind of, again, just kind of jokes. You know what I mean? Nothing really tailored to him apart from you look like, what did he say? Like, I think he made like a Wurzel Gummidge reference or something like that, which is, again, fine. But like, the on-beat guys seem to struggle when their pace is broken up, like you saw it there. A laughter. Forgive me. When it says soul, who is that? Who is that? Hello, Soul, whoever you are. How do I pronounce Halcyon? Halcyon. Some people say Halcyon. I don't know why. It's Halcyon. Like the Halcyon days of old. I've explained the nature of my name, channel's name, a bunch of times. Also, I've explained that my name is not Halcyon. My name's Lorne. It's the Halcyon Show. You wouldn't call Chris Tarrant, oh, it's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You know what I mean? But it's pronounced Halcyon. And Soul, whoever you are, welcome. It's lovely to see you. Anyways, back to Seven Wave. Again, tight performance, good performance. I'm just wondering though, can he tailor his battles a bit more to his opponents, and can he steady himself, slow it down a little bit, break the pace up a little bit from time to time, and deliver something that isn't quite so rhythmically inclined. So let's see what Jim Bob is saying in response.
That bird of mine you spoke on, G. Don't even have a bird, so joke's on me.
Okay. Bit of self-deprecation to kick off with. Also, by the way, I feel like it's only fair we showcase this one because Jim Bob, the one we did the other day, he lost. And I think most people admit that he, probably wasn't on point that day. This one, though, maybe, again, showcases it. Again, kicks off with a bit of self-deprecation, bit of like humour. Nice.
You've only got 60 seconds to see me stunt, so I'll skip the intros and I'll keep it blunt. You know what? Fuck a setup. You're a cunt. So fuck a setup. You're a cunt. Yo, oh, fuck me.
Oh, Jim Bob, my friend. Come on now.
Ah, fuck me.
Oh, come on, you got this.
Yeah.
Back,
I want to talk to someone at Prem at some point about this exact situation. I know that they've told the battlers, make sure you get your prep in. Do not turn up empty-handed. And I get from a presentation standpoint, they could work with it if this happens. Listen, man, use your powers of editing. If this happens, let the guy go get his material, let him sharpen up and let him deliver it as best he can. I might be in the minority on this, but when I see these battles go live, I want to see them at their absolute best. I don't really want to see any evidence of guys choking. I don't want to see any evidence of that sort of stuff. If we go back to the live judging stuff and they don't rectify these problems, then they deserve everything they get. But in this instance, I hope this is very limited when we see this. Jim Bob, I hope this was just a once-off.
So you only got 60 seconds to see me stunt. So fuck the intros, I'll keep this blunt. You know what? Fuck a setup. You're a cunt.
Okay, come on.
So I've already won this nerd, but I won't claim it yet. Just know this is a war of words and he spells waves with an X. You are the bottom of the barrel. I'm tasting sediment. Looking like you didn't age well, case of underdevelopment. Little man, I'll be damned if waves ever got relevant. Watch me cart man off like E. Scott Tenorman. Cause you ain't NXT. Who told you you've got game? Drowned in me, I'm head and shoulders above waves. Coming towards James, you'll see the tide goes both waves. And with his astrological body, we'll see waves retiring today.
Alright then.
So fuck your tryout. I'm already looking at who they give me next. So as waves die out, we'll see the ripple effects. Because I'm here to make up for my blunders and turn past doubts. You're here making up numbers, like the girls you ask out.
Hey, there you go. Okay, he recovered. So that's the trouble of a battle like that. Seven Wave delivered a much cleaner round, obviously, as evidenced by the fact that he, again, I feel like that's not quite a stumble. I feel it's not quite a choke. It's somewhere in the middle of those two things. It's a stoke or it's a chumble. Don't know what you want to call it. But if you're judging it based on that element, obviously Seven Wave takes the first round because he didn't have like that, again, that calamitous moment that we all dread seeing in a battle. In terms of material, though, again, Jim Bob was more specific. He was more tailored. He was more humorous, generally speaking. And again, he had more personality, individualistic personality. Soul's saying 1-0 to Jim. I know the old heads would probably give it to Seven Wave because of the stumble and because they put such a heavy price on the fact that if you turn up and fucking forget your shit, like, lad, get the fuck out. I'm probably inclined to agree with Stumble. Oh, okay. Oh, no, DEDGE. No. We had David on earlier. If you get 5 minutes after this one is done, because I don't think Jim Bob and Seven Wave are going to be on, please, by all means, my friend, the link is up in the comment section. Save it. Hop on when you get 2 seconds. I'd love to hear from you. Honestly, this is not a gotcha thing. I want to hear from everybody in the group, and I also want to hear how you're going to rectify anything that we've criticized. I want to hear you respond it. Again, so does everyone else. We want to hear from you. Anyways, as far as judging this one, I'm inclined to agree with Soul, unless anyone wants to make a point that I've not. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Okay, I see what Soul is saying. He's judging the weight of the material versus the execution. So the execution by Seven Wave was, I think we can all agree, better. But Jim Bob's material was better if he'd have, you know. Okay, so DEDGE, my friend, we've still got another person. We've got Beyond to do afterwards. So take all the time you need. Just message me in the chat when you're ready to go, and I will make sure that the Zoom meeting, now that I know I was the one fucking it up, I'll make sure the Zoom meeting's open for you so we can address anything and everything you want to say. The floor will be yours. Right, let's go into round 2. Seven Wave, let's go.
All right, then.
Let's go.
He goes down schools to try to touch youths. And then... But now when he...
That got a titter out of him straight away.
That's it.
He goes down schools to try to touch youths. And then...
Wow, really? Twice?
All right.
Slow it down.
Say it again. All right.
Yo.
Let him get his shit off, lads. Come on.
He goes down schools to try to touch youths. And then blames it on the mushrooms. Why did you come to the clash in your mum's shoes? You can't cut
See, he's a bit more relaxed this round.
Talk to him.
You can't cut through in your Ugg boots. He gets spun when I come through on rush shoots. You're a fuck doobie, you fuck dude. And he gets groomed when he goes on a bus route. Bringing my man was a puss move I couldn't lose. I put my leg in your girlfriend's pussy and I still had foot room.
Wow, don't flop throwback back in the day. Jesus.
Right, then. He weighs like 3 stone, man.
Oh no.
He looks like the cheese string man. And he's eating us. He puts spice in the spliff, no weed in that. And when his mom's feeling mad, she gets a belt out and then beats his dad. He's outside. Shit. He gets the belt out and then beats his dad. Shit.
Come on.
Gets the belt out and then beats his dad. Shit, I've got these always, man. Right, okay.
Come on.
All right, then.
Let's go.
Yeah, man, I forgot.
You got this.
He's outside schools in his... Nah, I forgot it, you know. Go on.
Wow, okay, there you go. Right, so, clap straight back. Yeah, so, wow, a choke. Okay. I mean, which is a shame. That's a shame. That what he was able to get out there was much... Yes, Hylas, I could not agree with you more. There is such a strong reincarnation of Pedro vibe to Seven Wave, but not the intent. So obviously Pedro had this really angry demeanor, like, oh, you do it. Again, the one I come back to is obviously the Marlowe battle, but then you've got his battle with O'Shea with the the famous it's mum joke time. Your mum's got a tattoo with an Umbro sign, that sort of stuff. But he's more relaxed, and in that round, I feel like so don't even need to hear the round. We'll hear it all the same, but I probably am going to agree with it, because that's bad. That's not good. But I think that's more to, again, he's probably more used to being able to just ride the beat, execute the points, because the beat informs when he's supposed to say what he's supposed to say. He stays in his place. It must be hard, again, when that's your default. Again, if that's your discipline and switching it over. But he's gonna have to contend with that. You've got, again, if your material's landing, people are gonna jump on it. They're gonna react to it. And you want that. You want that endorsement from the audience. So up until the choke, That's much more like it. It felt much more like him, much more personality, a bit of humor in there, silly stuff, bit more aimed at actually Jim Bob. That, again, it could be a little generic, but at the same time, it works for the situation, but then just came to a stumbling halt, so not great. Let's see what Jim Bob does, because again, Jim Bob's in the tournament. We've got to see what he's got as well. So he's now got to recover from a stumble in the first. Let's see how he responds.
So I grew up on the estate, innit? I know your type. That's how I know you own a mini motorbike. Honestly, imagine this guy, his knees up to his teeth, just dragging it proper, doing donut skids on his local Sunday league pitch. How could a barrier stop you doing 50cc's on a bike for a toddler? I mean,
very good.
Where
Well
do you even buy
done.
them? They're mad out there. They've got bad chava looking like Mario Kart in balaclavas. I know you.
Balaclavas. Balaclavas.
Type gets paid benefits to his eyeballs, says he's a mentalist who's bipolar. I've seen less outrageous claims from fundamentalist disciples. I know your type. A menace, a lout, claims he's an hard man, got that distinct stink of terrace house with no garden. I know your type. I bet you beg Zoots out that ash dude. I bet your best suit is a tracksuit. I know your type. Goes door to door with a bin bag, selling stolen razor blades and aftershave. Always stands like this, like he's about to fucking masturbate. Then he wants to shake hands and bump fists and like, do we have to, mate? I know your type. Bitch! Bet you're a loser. Whips! An electric scooter. I know your type. Nah, fuck that. Let's talk about you and Doberman.
Alright then.
And how you released a diss after you lost the clash. That's like wanting to throw a fist after being knocked in your ass. This poser is trash, he's fucking dopey and dim. You couldn't cope with Dober, now you can't cope with Jim. For you, this is over before it begins. And when he don't get chosen, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'll probably drop a tune saying he's going to win the whole thing. Time.
There you go. All right, yeah. Oh, is it only 2 rounds? Oh, interesting. Okay, fair enough. All right, yeah, then Jim Bob takes it. So, fair enough. So Jim Bob there gives much more of a performance that I would expect from Jim Bob. Again, I like his style. I like his delivery, and I like some of the stuff he comes up with. I just think, again, I think he has a tendency to try and be too clever sometimes. Again, for considering the audience's perception of him. But Jim Bob, we will hopefully have on at some point, and we'll get through the reads with him. But as far as 7 Wave is concerned, yes, crying shame that he didn't land the second. That's not good. But let's try and look at this objectively. When he lands his material, it sounds at least a bit more distinct than I was expecting. He has some humor to him. Again, he's got that Pedro-esque similarity to Hylas's perspective. However, whether or not that works or works for or hinders him remains to be seen. Because again, a comparison can be the thief of joy in this situation. It could be, well, he's just a knockoff Pedro, in which case that could really work against him. But having that initial familiarity from an audience that's never heard him before couldn't hurt either, because if it's nostalgic to them to see someone that's reminiscent, might get their attention in the first place, and that may or may not be a good thing. I think what he needs to work on is his delivery when it comes to just separating the bars and the beats a little bit to make it feel a bit more organic and a little bit more in the moment. And obviously he needs to make sure that he fucking lands his material. But for both of these guys, like I said, what I just want to say for the tournament is if there are stumbles or chokes, I hope Prem does what they can to try and mitigate that. I know that in the scheme of the current setup of Battle Rap, that's kind of sacrilegious. If a guy chokes, fuck him. He's got to sink or swim in the moment, right? But for the sake of the presentation of the tournament, to make this feel like a big deal and slick and everyone's come to fucking play, yeah, I don't know how I'd handle it. Maybe they just let him have it. Maybe that, if you stumble or choke, you're on your own. But we'll see what happens. But as far as 7 Wave is concerned, if you give me 30 seconds. Because then what we will do is... let's see. Let me drop him a quick message. Yo, dude, we've just fuck's sake. Can't talk on voice note even though I'm fucking on camera. How stupid is that? So dumb. Yo, dude, we just finished reviewing a battle of yours against Jim Bob. If you want to hop on, we're in the chat right now. The meeting details are in there as well, so feel free to just ping me and let me know if you're hopping on. Right, so that's that in the bag. DEDGE says he was in the chat earlier. DEDGE, what are we saying? Can you hop on for 5 minutes? Can you give us a moment of your time? People want to hear from you now. They don't want to hear from me. I've been waffling for nearly 2 hours. Ain't nobody want to hear from me no more. We want to hear from the battlers. We've heard from David. David's had a chance to respond. So what are we saying? If not, no worries at all. We have one more battler to showcase this evening. And another guy who I've not seen before. So looking forward to seeing what Beyond has to offer us. Okay, perfect. In that case, let me pull up the Zoom deets. Haha, appreciate you, Soul. Appreciate you. Like I say, though, this isn't about me. This is about the battlers, though. We want to hear from them. They're the ones that are going to be vying for our attention in the tournament. They're the ones that are going to want to set the standard for us. So there you go. Feel free to hop in there whenever you can, DEDGE, and I will be ready and waiting for you. I will start the meeting now so that when you go live, I'll hear you, and we'll move you over as soon as the audience is ready for you. Let me put that there. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. God, I've got too many inboxes. There you go. David was in twice, bless him. Okay, twice isn't too bad. Twice isn't too bad. Because you won't let me run the camera on both. Right, I see life in the Zoom chat, ladies and gentlemen. I see oh, ladies and gentlemen, we might have to rethink any criticisms of the man because he is already making himself very welcome here. Can you hear me, sir?
Who, me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear us? That's the question.
I can hear you.
In which case, ladies and gentlemen, welcome DEDGE. And I had no idea he's an Arsenal fan. You can shut your filthy mouths right now. Any criticism stops right here. We have the winner of the tournament welcomed. Yes, boy. Arsenal fan. We are going to be... Did we just become best friends? I think we just became best friends. Fantastic. I know that we play tomorrow, so we can't gush over the Gyökeres hat-trick just yet. But wasn't that a great hat-trick? That was fantastic what he did tomorrow.
Aye, it was good. It'd be nice to actually have a fucking win pre-season, I'm not going to lie.
Well, listen, man. We hopefully will have that to talk about in the future. But for right now, the most important thing is the tournament. This upcoming tournament. Can you hear me? Oh, interesting.
Can you hear me?
Can y'all? Oh, well, I can see me. Can you hear me? That's the question.
I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. In which case, while the mic is working, let's ask the tournament. What are your thoughts, feelings? How are you feeling about it going in? And what are in your mind at least, what are the important things for you leading up to this? Obviously, you've already, you've released something to make some waves. Talk to me about the tournament and your feelings about it.
Do you know what? I didn't realise that. I thought Replay was fucking beyond, if I'm honest.
People were asking me like I was supposed to know, and I'm like, I don't know. He's the battler. Honestly, he's the one who's done the research.
So basically, I've got 3 rounds for 7 and DW, so I still need to write the rounds for fucking Beyond. But I'm recording a fucking EP and everything at the moment. So I'm like I was in the studio. I was like, I've got these fucking throwaway bars. I'll just stick them on something. And then I didn't have anything for him, so I just started. I thought it was Replay, so I just started writing for him.
But this is the thing, man. As much as I think people want to, well, actually, I'll just stop because I don't want. Apparently, someone else was having this problem as well. Is this Soul, when you say OG, you need to be specific. Is it me or is it DEDGE's? Because I know that was it? It might be headphones. You might need to grab some headphones because they might hear me on your side.
Oh, is it? Give us 2 seconds.
In which case, let me swap screens for a second so that you can't see. And there you go. So, and what I'll also do is, can I?
That's if I can fucking find some.
That's all right. Take all the time you need. Take all the time you need, man. Can I mute? Can I mute that for now? Tell you what. There you go. I can mute the desktop audio. So now the audience can't hear what you say. So you can say literally. So how do you really feel about David? Go on, tell me. It's all right, guys. Don't ignore. Well, here's the thing. Let's not run the risk. Let's not run the risk. Yeah, I think whatever's going on, Soul. I'm sorry, we're just gonna have to persevere with it. I'm riding by the seat of my pants with these guys, so you're gonna have to bear with me. Sometimes there'll be technical difficulties. I hope you'll forgive us because we want to get to the point, which is we want to talk to this guy about the tournament and how he thinks and feels about it. So the tournament, your group, Group F. Give me your thoughts. What are your thoughts going into this?
I'm quite confident, but I've got some reservations because obviously there's obviously a reason I'm in the development group, if you know what I mean. I'm not gonna fucking sit here and say that I've been in good form recently. You know what I mean? I've definitely dropped since my first battle. If it was on Don't Flop, and I was a very different performance compared to the way I have performed in the last few battles. So I think me touching much more into that sort of side of things is going to be a bit more of like people are going to see a difference to my recent performances, if you know what I mean.
When you obviously recorded the track, I know that part of it is to make a bit of noise and make a bit of a name for yourself before the tournament even starts. Let me ask you something. Considering that you again, by your own admission, it's more of a developmental group in that all 4 guys, I think, are going to be vying for attention in that sense of, man, how far can they really go? I mean, we got Bobby Rex, we got P Soldier, we got some big heavyweights in this, okay? So
yeah.
But again, you're not going to want to go into this tournament thinking, oh well, gosh golly, I'm just so happy to be here, and oh man, if I face someone like Bobby Rex, I'm just happy to be. Like, you're going to want to go into those battles saying, right, it's on me, let's go. How are you feeling about that prospect?
I think it's good to have a game plan in the sense of having a little look ahead, because obviously if I come first of my, I think it works out that if I come top of my group and then Pagan comes second in his group, I'll battle him. And I don't know if you've seen the me versus Pagan before, but I was real fucking off my tits drunk for that battle in Dundee, and I couldn't even get a word out. So it's very much a redemption one for me, that. So I'd like to see that pan out. I love Pagan. I think he's great, but I'd like the redemption of actually giving him the full 3 rounds that I should be able to give him. You know what I mean?
With regards to your opponents in the group, though, be honest now. I don't want to hear any of this humble stuff. I don't want to hear any of this. Listen, man, it's anyone's group to win, and gosh golly. Are you winning this group? Are you taking this 3-0? Are you beating everybody that they put in front of you?
I think so, yeah. I think I definitely can do. It's just actually me putting my finger out my arse, basically, and like putting in the effort to do it, if you know what I mean. If I go in fully and the way that I know I can and will do, and I actually put 100% focus in it, all 3 of them get bodied. Simple. But as a lot of people know, and a lot of especially the people that have watched my battles recently, there's I get told it as well. There's a very much it depends which day all turns up sort of thing, if you know what I mean.
I can understand that. I can understand that thought, but again, dude, like I feel like the tournament itself is going to promote guys to think, right, this is a stage they're going to be cameras and production and sets and blah, 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 blah. It's going to make you feel more professional. You're just going to naturally lift your game, I feel like. But the question I have for you is, in your own mind at least, what are you looking to really accentuate or elevate about what you've done in your performance going forward? What is it about you that you're going, right, I'm going to crank this bitch all the way up to 11 and blow your fucking minds? What is it about you you're going to do that with?
I'm going to be a horrible cunt. I'm going back to basics. I'm not trying to turn up and make everyone laugh. I'm not trying to be mates with everyone. I'm not trying to shake hands with the battlers at the end of it. I'm turning up, being a horrible cunt, making you look like getting the body bag, and then I'm going home, and then moving on to the next one.
Mincing no words. I mean, is there any chance of like, is there any chance, ladies and gentlemen, that someone is heeding my advice in that you got to stand out, and that if that means you got to just shake things up and say what you got to say to get the reaction? Like, let me ask you about that, because again, it seems like previously, you know, in battle rap events, it's all been, you know, oh, good to see you, lovely. Oh, I just hope we have a good battle.
Yeah.
Are you really turning up to win? Is this just a gimmick? Is this just you kind of throwing it out there, or are you really coming for these guys? You're really saying, listen, lads, all well and good, but this, I want to win this fucking thing. I'm not here to make friends.
Yeah.
I'm here to get the W.
Yeah, I'm in my group, in the development group, Group F. I'm not there to be friends with them. It's simple as that. Like, I'm there to prove why I should be going through, to get the bigger names and the names that I know I can potentially go toe to toe with.
In that case,
you know what I mean?
Let me ask you then, what are you looking forward to showcasing at the tournament? What are you looking, when you get the stages on you, the lights are on, what are you really looking, what are you excited about for the tournament?
One thing that I get excited about is, obviously, in the, like, previous battles, I've tried too much to be one of a little bit of every style, whereas this time I'm just going all in and focusing on what I'm good at, which I think fans will appreciate. I think that other battlers will appreciate that. People that have sort of put me on in the past and then had a bit of a oh fuck's sake Dale moment, if you know what I mean, they'll see like, yeah, that's the DEDGE I want to see. So I think that's gonna work out, if you know what I mean.
How far can you go? Can you? I know you're saying you're gonna win the group, you're gonna body everybody. How far can you go? Can you win the tournament? Is it within you to do that, do you think?
I think at the moment anyone can win it. People are scared because fucking Big Bobby Rex and like P Soldier are in it and people like that. But at the end of the day, all it takes is 3 good rounds and on the day. So it's anyone's tournament at the moment. I feel like, because it's being judged differently, it's not being judged like on the day or anything, is it?
So I think the idea is no, everything is going to be filmed and judged separately. So I hope that what that means is that the judges can take everything into consideration rather than just the in the room stuff. Because I know that that's a big thing about judging is, oh man, you had to be in the room for it versus the watch back. It's a different experience. Hopefully, and this is just me throwing it out there, I hope the judges do both. They're there for the event, but then they go, right, lads, go away, rewatch it, really judge it on its technical basis and not just, oh, well, he dapped me up at the event, so I like him now. So, yeah, 3-0 to this guy. Like, that's hopefully what I want to see, because then you get a more consistent, less... Because, again, man, there's nothing worse than when the judges call it one way and then the fans go, wait, what? Nah, mate, fucking not that way at all, you know what I mean? And it gives you that opportunity to be able to go, listen, man, I don't have to worry about it one way or the other. I can bring what I want to bring, and I can trust it'll get judged on its own merit.
Aye. Yeah, that's it. I'm interested to see how that pans out in the other groups as well, if I'm honest. But yeah, I think the way it's going to work and the format and everything is really good. It's refreshing. I think it's exactly what the scene as a whole needs. I
want to ask you about, because the battle we previewed earlier was against King. And the thing I noticed about your performing style was that you got a little bit of everything like you alluded to. There were moments where you were clearly clowning on him. There was a couple of moments where you were riding the wave of the energy of the crowd. But then there were some moments where you were getting properly into his face, really challenging him and provoking him, right? Let me ask you, do you plan to call upon all of that to a certain degree? I know you said you want to kind of really hone in on one aspect of your performing style, but does that give you an edge? The fact that if the moment calls for it, you could maybe go, listen, man, this maybe needs a bit of clowning, or maybe this guy's a bit too comfy. Maybe I really do need to get into his face. Do you think that gives you an edge over your other competitors in this?
I think if you, at the moment in the group, I think I've got a bit more experience than the others, so I know how to sort of like work it based on each opponent, if that makes sense, whereas they might not be able to do that. I think I'll be able to tap into certain aspects a bit more than they will, at the right time. I think that'll give me a little bit of an edge over them in that aspect. Yeah.
All right. 2 more quick questions, then I will let you get back to the wonderful world of being an Arsenal supporter. And the first question, of course, is, are we winning the league this season? I've got to be honest with you. I'm a little nervous. Liverpool seem to be buying everybody they said they can't buy, so I'm a little nervous.
Do you know what? Do you want the delusional Arsenal fan answer?
Please go for it. Give me a reason to believe.
So, for the last 3 times we've won the league, yeah?
Yes.
We've gone 3 years coming second beforehand. Then on the 4th year, we've won it.
Oh my God.
That's the delusional answer.
Okay. I want to believe so bad because of that. That's good. I like that. I had no idea.
I'd settle for second again if we win something else, Champions League or even the fucking FA Cup. Just win something. You know what I mean?
I mean, fingers crossed with it. Although, like I said, Liverpool are looking so fucking. And again, United are somehow piecing it. It's a worrisome season ahead. But before that comes to fruition, let's ask the big question, which is probably more relevant to you than winning it or anything. What are you hoping to get from the tournament? When all's said and done, and you deliver the performances you perform, and you perform to your highest, and you do what you set out to do, what do you hope you accomplish, or what do you hope that you get from the tournament based on what you want to put into it?
I think it's to prove people wrong mainly, because I know there's a lot of people like fans and other battlers that have sort of seen me and thought, nah, he's never going to be as good as he could have been. So I want to prove that I fucking can. You know what I mean? That's the main thing for me. I like to prove people wrong.
I mean, like I say though, I mean this in all sincerity. Like, what is your aspiration in the sense of, look, Prem are setting their stall out real, and I think it was even Enigma that said this. He was like, listen, man, it sounds like it's an all or nothing kind of situation as far as Briggsy is calling it, and he might not be wrong. It's like, listen, Prem is saying, look, guys, we need you to go and fucking kill this because we're putting everything into this. There's going to be no stone unturned. There's going to be every effort made to put you guys in a position to succeed. And if it does, you'll be at the helm of a new generation of battle rap fans to a certain degree. Like, that's pressure, but it's also a fucking opportunity. Like, how would it feel to be someone that fans gravitate towards? That someone, again, coming into the tournament, people were a bit like, yeah, I don't really feel one way or the other. And then halfway through the tournament, suddenly, man, I'm feeling a bit good about this DEDGE fella. This DEDGE cat, he's got something. What would that mean to you to be the guy that the fans turn to in that moment to say, do you know what? I know Bobby's still not, or whatever. I know, whatever. But he's got something, and I want to see what he does. What would that mean to you in that moment?
Yeah, it'd be good, man. But at the end, what you got to remember is, everyone loves a fucking villain as well. So I'm cool to play the villain. I don't care if people like me or not. If I'm putting on performances and showing what I can do, and people are rating it, and then I get booked further for that, then I'll be the fucking villain. I don't give a shit. I don't care if people like me or not, if I'm honest.
Insanity. Well, listen, let you crack on. But my last question for you, so that people, because again, we're thinking maybe we're seeing the birth of a star here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make sure people can follow you, keep in touch, and also track your progress in the tournament. Where can people support you? Where can people follow you on the old socials?
Honestly, I'm not that into social media and stuff like that. Like, I don't have TikTok or nothing like that. Instagram, and then I think I've got a Twitter page, but it's mainly just like for keeping up with battle rap and seeing what's going on, if you know what I mean. The only way to keep up with me is just fucking come see me at a fucking show or something, if I'm honest.
He's being polite. Really, what his Twitter page exists for is for me to tag him into everything I've posted in the last 3 days. God bless him. His notifications must be, fuck, Lawrence tagged me again. Leave me alone.
I don't have my notifications on. I literally just pop on every now and again just to check it. I don't do social media. I'm not that into it.
Damn, I can't even annoy him by tagging him in. Damn, I'm gonna have to work harder to annoy him. This guy. Listen, I want to say thank you for turning up, man. Again, I appreciate that we interrupted you on a football night. Sacrilegious. I apologise profusely.
It's all good. I'll always jump on when I can. But if I've got prior commitments, I've got prior commitments in it. But I'll always make time when I can, man.
All good. Well, listen. Best of luck for the tournament. If we don't speak before then, I am excited to see what you bring for us, and I am also excited to see if maybe, you never know, according to David, he's 1-0 up in the group because he's the only one that's released a diss track. It's up to the rest of the group now to try and emulate and maybe exceed it.
I want to see Seven Wave drop a fucking grime diss track against everyone.
You never know, man. Again,
he might get all the fucking 3 opponents right as well. I've had to fucking take it down because I was like, yeah, I got one wrong. I fucked it. I'm 1-0 down, bro.
Oh, but listen, man, you don't understand. I called David Williams earlier, and I've spoken to him many times. That's not his name. I did that live. Everyone saw it. So listen, I ain't tarring anyone with that brush. I'm tarring myself first. But listen, man, I appreciate you taking the time, and honestly, best of luck for the tournament. You go fucking kill it, yeah.
Man. Appreciate it.
There we go. That is DEDGE, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much to the man for joining us. That was nice. That one was easier. Now that I've got my fucking technical difficulties sorted, isn't that good? So, DEDGE, making a strong case. I know that we were a little bit iffing and umming and ahhing about the diss track, but I think the battle gave us a lot to think about. And again, the man coming on screen and talking to us gave us something to think about. So, with that in mind, we come to the final battle of the evening, one Beyond. Now, what I would say is that he suggested a slightly different battle. He gave me it was kind of a multi-screen thing. I've opted against that because I wasn't sure how it would translate on the live stream. So I've gone for the debut battle on it's Prem's sister channel. I forget what it's called. But it's the debut video for the relaunch of that channel, where I presume a lot of the Short Circuit Academy stuff is going to be airing going forward. So, let's bring up Beyond, shall we? And let's see what the young man's got to offer. I have messaged Seven Wave, as you've heard. If I hear from him, we will get him on the show. But for now, at least, let's see what Beyond has to offer. Zero reference about this young man. Absolutely no frame of reference. So let's see what he's got for us.
Short Circuit 11 if you're in the building. Make some noise, man! Alright, boom, first battle of the day. He's both debuts on the league. On my right hand side, introduce yourself.
I'm Beyond. Shout out Spirit, you got me into this, and shout out B.
Oh, it was against Spirit, yeah.
My left hand side, introduce yourself, my guy.
My other representing Babylon Records from Bristol, just fucking good.
Okay, so now we've got a bit more context as to who Soul is. Beyond is the best in the world. It's his brother. Actual brother, or like how I say brother. Because I call everyone brother. Not in that... I know it's... but, what's good, brother? I like saying that. It's become a thing I like throwing... That or fella. I like calling a dude fella. It's just... It's like a verbal hug. Seven Wave. Oh, okay. I tell you what then. Because we did Seven Wave earlier, and because we haven't quite gotten to Beyond, I know, Soul, I know, don't hate me, but since Seven Wave is in the chat, let me see if we can get Seven Wave on first, and then we will do Beyond. So, Seven Wave, sir, if I could be so bold. Oh, I see. Oh, so you were the gentleman he was... that's interesting. Okay, then it would have been you that we would have seen had I not chosen this one instead. So, there you go. Anyways, Seven Wave. The link is there. The passcode and the meeting name, blah, 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 is there. So, whenever you're ready to hop on, by all means, come join us and let us hear what you have to say about your... prospects for the tournament. Let me start. Oh, and also while you're watching, if you could possibly do me a favor and grab a set of headphones, just so we could eliminate any potential technical difficulties. I know Soul said that he was having some issues that he's since rectified, but I just want to make sure that we don't have any any feedback on your end or anything like that. So that would be awesome if you could do that for me. That would be lovely. And yeah, wow, that would be 3. That would be 3 today. Wow, check that out. Imagine if we get, this might be the first group, ladies and gentlemen. This will be a first for this series. Imagine this is the first group we get all 4 competitors on. Wouldn't that be something? I'd go one further, actually. There's plenty of people that would agree with you on that one, Sol. There's plenty of people. You're going to have to get in line to call me that. Absolutely fine, though. Oh, that's hilarious. What was I going to say? What the fuck was it? Oh, yeah, so potentially all 4 competitors. That would be awesome. But the thing that would be more awesome, and you'll forgive me for throwing this out there, would it be so bad to get all 4 guys on the same call? Wouldn't that be just terrible if that were to happen? All hell might break loose. Just don't know. It could be terrible. And I want to see it. I will reaffirm, by the way, I hope Prem do something like that. I hope at some stage before the tournament starts, Prem or whoever it is that wants to host it, they do a live stream where they have the groups on or they have the guys on to just do their thing. You know what I mean? That would be cool. That would be awesome. I'd be totally up for seeing a live stream. You know what I mean? That would be cool. That would be good. But we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. They're probably busy with the actual tournament, to be fair to them as well. Like, the promo stuff is probably going to come secondary to actually putting the tournament together. I'm just saying, though, man. I'm doing my best here, and I will continue to do my best to showcase the battlers. Ah, interesting. Okay. All right. In which case, yeah, but listen, man. Let's clear the air on it now. Again, it's all well and good. I had my say. You never know. Hey, listen, man. We had Pagan and we had Hamill on the same call the other day. If you've not seen that, by the way, it was either Group B or Group C. I forget which one it was, but like that was really fun. I got to just sit back and let those two kind of cut. Not promos, but they were jousting a little bit, and they had a really interesting discussion about the tournament and about their participation in it. Guys, make no mistake, I am just a fan giving my opinion. That is it. I am in no way technically adept enough to tell these guys what they should or shouldn't be doing. I can only give my opinion. I do want to see the battlers talking it out, you know, giving each other the business or trying to undermine each other or making their case to you, the audience. I want to see that. That's what I want to see. I don't want to necessarily see a lot of vitriolic venom. I don't want to see them give their material away. But I do want to see what they have to say. That's what I want to see. I don't suppose, can I be cheeky and say, 7wave, sir, are you able to hop onto Zoom? Because if so, the meeting details are there. If you can click on them for me, and then we will take 5 minutes of your time. I promise. If not, no dramas, no issues whatsoever. We will crack on to Beyond. But I would love to hear from you, and I'm sure the audience here would love to hear from you too about not just the Jim Bob battle, but also everything you've got to come in this tournament and everything you've done up to here, and maybe even looking at some of my critiques. I'd love to hear what you have to say about what I've had to say. That would be good. I'm just a snot-nosed fan after all. I know not what I say. Oh, God. Yeah. God. The most popular of the CVs, and it's the one I'm most bummed about. That's hilarious. How are we all doing? There's 9 people watching right now. How is everyone doing this evening? Thank you for joining me just once more time. I just want to say thank you. We had Hylas turn up. We've had Hadashim's turn up. David's been on. It's been good. I've enjoyed this one infinitely more than previous ones. So thanks very much for joining me for this one and giving me another shot at entertaining you this evening. Or at least I'm hoping that I'm trying. I think Haha. I tell you what, Beyond. Why not? Hop on, my friend. I tell you what. Let me start it again because I only have a 30-minute limit on these now. Of course, that link. So Beyond within the chat, that link at the top. It's the username and passcode. It's all again. We're just flying by the seat of our asses here this evening again, ladies and gentlemen. We're just fuck it. Let's interview him before we watch his battle. Fuck it. Why not? I should really click that. I don't need that going forwards. Once again, I'll point out, it's times like this I'm so happy I've got music in the background. So you're not just hearing me talk to myself. You've got a bit of music, the stream. But we have life and we have visual.
Hello.
Can you hear me, Beyond?
Yes, I can.
He can, so let's move that. Let us move this and let us welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Beyond to the show. How are we doing, sir?
I'm doing good, bro. How are you doing?
I'm very well. This is a first. We're interviewing before we watch your battle. So you have the rare opportunity to go, right, before you watch this, context, and here's what you fuckers don't understand. We'll get to that in a second. I promise you, we will let you set the table for us for the battle. But for now, number one, I've got to ask, how are you feeling about the tournament? And what are your thoughts on the tournament going into this with the CV that you have right now compared to the people that you're going to be going up against in your group?
Yeah. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling confident. You know, I'm happy that I got in. I honestly didn't expect to get in, but I got in. So I'm buzzed about it. When I found out, I was buzzed. And I'm feeling good about it. Obviously, as you might know already, tomorrow I was supposed to battle, but then Kisosi got the flu, maybe. So I can't battle tomorrow. But even though I don't get that live experience, since this battle we're going to watch is my debut, but I still feel pretty confident going into it.
I can attest to the fact it's not, I'm ill right now, ladies and gentlemen. Make no mistake, there is a flu going around, some cold bullshit. It might be Rona 2.0. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
However, that's by the by. Okay, I get you're disappointed that you don't get to showcase yourself for a second time and get a bit more, a bit more tire on the tracks. But how do you feel about your prospects going into the tournament? Again, I get that a lot of guys are thinking just within the frameworks of their group at the moment. They're looking at like, right, can I get 2 wins and qualify? Can I body the group? Or am I going to whatever, right? How are you looking at the tournament as a whole? Because again, I got to think, young lad like yourself is a bit pie in the sky with this. Like, man, if I get out of my group, I've got every chance, man. I could put together a run. Talk to me about that prospect.
Yeah, so obviously I've seen everyone else in the group. There are some, good people in the group, some big names in the group. I'm not a big name yet. I've had one battle and it's just got dropped, But I really do think I've got experience online. I started like a bit less than a year ago. The first battle I had booked was like August 21st. So I'm not as experienced as other people, but I feel like I've rapidly improved. And by doing all these online battles, I feel like I've gotten a lot of experience. Because I did tournaments, I did loads of battles in different leagues online. So I think I have experience now that I can use to get through the tournament. I think I'm gonna surprise people because people don't know me. So, when I do end up showing up and rapping good, I'm confident in myself. I think I can actually do good in this tournament. I think I can maybe get far and at least make a name for myself, if not win it. Yeah.
Ha! I love that little throw at the end. Hey, mate, maybe I sneak it. Maybe I take it. Maybe you don't know. But here's my question for you. What do you think sets you apart right now? What do you come into this tournament and say, listen, I get this heavyweights in there, and I get that this guy's an on-beat guy, and I get this guy does this. What do you bring to the tournament? What do you think your experience benefits you in at the moment?
Well, when I've been rapping since the start of my, career, what's different is I've more taken influences from the American scene, and you'll probably see that in my battle. Not that other people don't take influences, but I'm very much about punching. I'm very much about lots of punches a lot of the time. That's kind of my style, although I do angle sometimes. When it comes to this tournament with people who I'm not too familiar with, you know, I'm going to be punching a lot. I'm going to be adding a lot of substance and a lot of fast substance. And I think that's kind of what sets me apart, and what's going to make a difference sometimes in some of these battles is that I'm going to be able to, I think, out punch and out substance a few of these people. That's what I think can set me apart here.
Talk to me about the difference between battling online and battling in person. What I don't want to hear what the nuance is, okay? We can talk about that another day, because I know online battling is becoming more and more a thing. But as far as talk to me about the satisfaction for a second. You get, for 60 seconds, carte blanche to say whatever you like to another human being. And you get to have weeks, if not months, to think of many, many reasons to go, do you know what? I don't like your face. Something about your face. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to insult your face for 60 seconds flat, and there's fuck all you can do about it. That's just my take as a fan. I just always thought, do you know what, man? If I ever got the chance to just insult someone for 60 seconds, having had a chance to think about it, that sounds pretty cool. But like for you, you've done your online stint, and now you're going to be coming to Premier Battles, and Premier Battles are really trying to showcase you guys as stars of the future, guys that we can rally behind going forward. What are you looking forward about the live aspect of this?
Honestly, doing all these online battles, what I wish for is to be able to go live. So I'm very grateful that I've been able to, because I like rapping online, and it's more comfortable. You don't have to remember your rounds. You can read them off your notes on your phone. But going live, it really gives me the like battle rap experience, because I'll watch people, you know, battle, like my favorite battlers, and they'll battle live in front of an opponent. And I was thinking before I went like that, I want to do that. Like, I don't want to be stuck at online battles. And I think getting the actual battle rap experience, like next to someone actually rapping your rounds for them and they're rapping back to your face, I think that's what battle rap is. And even though online is pretty cool, it's going to feel great consistently being able to rap in front of someone. And people will feel it more. I like to be someone, although I say I punch a lot, I want to be someone who does say something meaningful and actually leaves like an impact, and doing that in real life is going to be a way better feeling. Like in my first battle, you'll see it. I said a very funny bar, and it broke the room, like, you know, little room shaker, and that was one of the best feelings I've had. It's just amazing feeling the reaction live. Like, and I think I'm gonna write even better, because I think in this battle that I just did, that just got dropped, I wasn't as good as I am now. I think I've improved quite a lot in the last couple months since I've done that. And I think now I'm going to have way better material, and just being live is going to be sick. I think getting reactions is going to be sick. I think, you know, impressing people is going to be sick.
Talk to me about that then. I think that's where a lot of guys are coming in. Maybe I've not asked that question well enough yet, and I want to give you the opportunity, because again, from fans who, let's be honest, they're looking for any excuse to undermine you. They're looking for any excuse to write you off, say, this newbie, what can he do? He's got all this, that, the other. What are you looking at and going like, listen, right, I hear what you're saying, but what you don't understand is the next battle or the next set of battles, you might have thought this about me. I'm going to be bringing this much more next time. This is going to be so much better. This is something you haven't even seen about. What are you really looking forward to showing people?
Like confidence, really, like stage energy. A lot of and I'm gonna say I probably fell into this trap. A lot of new people, when they battle, I've seen it and I've experienced it, they don't have the energy, especially if they come from online battles. You know, you have to rap to the person in front of you. I want to be there and give stage presence. Like I want to be captivating when I'm rapping live, and not going too fast, and I want to look like I'm comfortable. Like that's what I really want to show. Like I really want to be one of those guys who have like this crazy stage presence, and I just look comfortable up there. Like that's what I want to do. And it doesn't show in my last battle, but I think I'm really gonna get used to getting comfortable on that stage, and really just being someone who can just you can like they're showing you they're calm. Like, you know, I think that'd be really cool. I think that'd be cool. I
can see you almost visualizing it now. I can see you looking out and almost picturing yourself on that stage, which is so cool to see, because I think that enthusiasm maybe sometimes is lacking in some of the more tried and trusted competitors who've been through the rigmarole of a live event or 10. You know, it's become a bit of a turn up, do the thing. You've got a bit of wide-eyed optimism, which is great to see, but that begs the question now, okay? as a wide-eyed optimist, and be brutally honest, what can you do in this tournament? What can you do in this group? What, if you have it your way, what kind of run are you planning on putting together? Are you planning on going all the way, young man? Tell me.
As you said, I'm an optimist. I think there's a chance, especially with me getting comfortable going further in the tournament, to get really far. Maybe win. I mean, it's a little far to say maybe win. I'm very new to this still. But in my honest beliefs, I think I can make it far in this tournament. And I definitely think I can make it out of my group. And I definitely think there's a lot of people here that I can best. Obviously, as I said, there are big names. And, you know, maybe I'd need to get more comfortable as I'm rapping in the tournament to maybe match up with those people. But I genuinely do think, even as, you know, enthusiastic as I am, if I'm being honest, I think I can make it far in this tournament. I think there's a good chance.
Let me ask you 2 more quick questions, and then we're going to get into your battle, because I'm curious to see what you've got to offer. I'm looking forward to experiencing a Beyond battle for the very first time, because, again, first, ladies and gentlemen, we're into before the battle. He gets to set the table for his battle. I love this. I might even prefer this, actually. This might be the new way we do things going forward. But for now, at least, talk to me about your competitors. You've got a significant period of time between now and when filming starts to analyze each of your opponents. And I don't know if you've heard this. DEDGE came on earlier, and he made no bones about it. He's bodying you all, according to him. He is coming to play. He's released a diss track to really stake his claim to say, listen, these are the 3 guys are just in my way. That is all they are to me. Talk to me about your competitors. How do you view them? Or if you want to keep it general, what do you think your chances are against the group that you're in?
I think from what I've seen, obviously the group I'm in, they're very nice people. You know, DW, he's been nothing but supportive, and he's very active in the community. I haven't, you know, really spoke to DEDGE or 7 Wave too much, but I really do think I think the same. I think the same thing. If I was to be honest, not to be mean, I think the same thing as him. I think this group is just something I've got to get through, and then get through the tournament, and then if I can beat a bigger name, no offense to him, I think that's what's gonna really like get there for me. That's what I'm trying to get to. So it's not too much of a mountain to climb trying to get out of this group, in my opinion.
Well, that leads me to my final question, which is, let's say for the sake of argument, you do get out of the group, and you do get out of it well, and let's say you come face to face with a prime name, someone that people are giving you no chance against. Let's say you come out on top of that. Best case scenario for you, what are you hoping to attain from the tournament? You're setting out to achieve something in this tournament in your own mind? What would you like to be able to kind of get from it? Not only, you know, as the sense of achievement from going from online battling to be now an established performer within the tournament, but just for your own personal sense of gratification. Like, man, I set out to do that and I fucking did it. What would it mean to you to do that, and what is that?
Yeah, entering this tournament, it really wasn't about, you know, any of the money, literally. It is just to try and prove myself to other people and get myself to be a name in UK battle rap, because I love the scene. I love battle rap. Ever since I've gotten into it, it's kind of just been a part of my life that, you know, I just keep thinking about. I love watching battles and stuff, and if I was able to, it's like you said, maybe beat a bigger name and prove something, that's what matters to me. Getting wins, it's not too much to me, even if I lose that battle. But if I put up a good fight as early as I am into my career, that's definitely what matters to me. Being someone who wants to get, you know, who they want to book more and getting more cards and just being a respected name. And that's the main thing I want getting out of this tournament, is being respected and being known and being like, yeah, this guy's got something, you know. This guy can do something here. That's what I want. That's my goal.
I lied. Final question. Super duper for realsies final question, okay? But this is more for the audience, okay? I want you to look not at me and my stupid ass fucking green image that you're currently seeing on the Zoom call, which I know makes me look like a fucking gimp, and it's fine. Let me ask. Look into the camera and look deep into the eyes of every single audience member that's watching this right now and will watch this in the future and will likely look back on this, because let's not forget, this tournament is to showcase the next big thing, the next crossover guy, the next big star of UK Battle Rap could emerge from this tournament. And people might look back and go, wow, this Beyond guy, I've never heard of him before. He's in this battle. Oh, wow, he's on here. This is your moment to look right up to them and tell them in no uncertain terms, the people that are writing you off in this moment, the people that are looking at you going, man, newbie, what can he offer? Talk to them. Make them believers. Tell them why you believe they should be right. Get behind me now or apologize later. Tell them right now.
I have something to bring to the UK battle rap scene, and I think it's going to be very different than a lot of the things you see. And right now, I mean, if you root for me, you're going to get proven right later on. I can promise you that.
In that case, then, my friend, I'm going to let you go so that we can sample your battle, because I'm looking forward to tucking in, and you'll forgive me. I've been eager to sample it since because again, it's also a launch. I don't know if you know, your battle has effectively launched the sister Premier Battles channel, so no pressure. It better be good. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
So
cool.
I hope it's good. Listen, I appreciate you taking the time here. I also need you to know that Soul, aka Spirit, is giving you the business in the comments. So the next time you talk to him, you let him know he can blow it out his ass. Yeah, I know you can hear me. I know you can see me too. But I'm gonna pretend you can't while I'm talking to Beyond. You tell him to blow it out his ass, okay? You don't listen to that motherfucker. You tell him right now. He can come and say that to you like a man next time. He can't hide in the comment section. You know what I mean?
I'll break his back, yeah.
I appreciate you taking the time to come on, sir, and I wish you every luck in the tournament to come. And just know one last little comment, quote unquote, DEDGE, I'm looking forward to this one. That's in the comments. That's on record now. You know.
Me too, bro.
DEDGE is rubbing his hands right now thinking, oh, this Beyond kid, I'm looking forward to this. So you better come ready. You better be ready for this.
But yeah.
Goddamn right. Listen, I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
Thank you for having me, bro.
You take good care of yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, Beyond joined us. That makes 3 out of 4. I'm super happy to say that's 3 out of 4. We've equaled the record. Could we hear from 7 Wave before the stream is over? That's not for me to say. For now, though, I did see your comment, Hylas. Let me figure that out for the future. It's not like that's not been asked of me by some of the battlers before. I have some concerns about whether or not my laptop can handle it, and I don't want the stream to crash. So for now, we'll do interviews or we'll watch battles. We'll hold off on doing both. Okay, just for now. If I can upgrade, then absolutely, Hylas. I think that's a great thing that we should definitely look at doing, because as much as I like reacting to battles, I'd much prefer you hear from the battlers themselves. So, Hylas, do me a favor. Put a pin in it. Let's revisit it. But for now, at least, let us bring up the man of the hour, Beyond. And let's... where are we? Let's go. There we go. Let's move it forwards. Let's go.
It's your boy Drops. I am the plug. This is Premium Battle Short Circuit 11. If you're in the building, make some noise, man.
Make some noise.
Alright, boom. First battle of the day. He's both debuts on the league. On my right hand side, introduce yourself.
I'm Beyond. Shout out Spirit. You got me into this, and shout out D.
Let's go. Alright, make some noise.
I'm curious, like, I'm going to have to dig out the battle that he sent me, which involves Spirit, which is the gentleman in the chat, because I got to know, like, Spirit is giving him the business in the comment section, and yet he's giving him shout-outs and saying, cheers, man. So I think Spirit's, like, actually a really nice guy, and I'm giving him a lot of shit for it. Pick your battles in a long time. There's a gap. Sure, Hylas. And look, it's not like it's not fertile ground to do. It's just that I know that my current hardware limitations limit me to... Because thematically, it'd be really easy. It would just be a case of me swapping... Can you see? No, you can't. Sorry. So this box here, we just flip it. There'd be me, and there'd be the battler down there, and there'd be the battle there. It would be that easy. So thematically, easy. It's just that, again, I don't know if my hardware can handle a video and a Zoom call at the same time while streaming. It's only little. Anyways.
Introduce yourself, my guy.
My other representing Bubba Records from Bristol. Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Off camera decided I'm going first.
Alright, ready? Yeah.
Let's go.
Him beating me is like constipation. And someone ask why?
Why?
That shit ain't happening. We got Beyond versus my other MC. I'll flame this bitch. It gets flagrant, kid. I'm giving you a near-death experience. It's Make-A-Wish. Amos Smith, I don't get his vibes. I'll let it fly. He's a buzzkill. Like pesticides. Track his address. And I'm at your home. Clapping, bro. Keep the knife. It's an easy fight. I'm double the man. Like a shadow clone. He ain't progressing at all. But bitch made. He ain't progressing at all. Bitch made. He ain't progressing at all. Bitch made.
Got it.
0 lines that anyone could ever recall.
So initially, again, tons of enthusiasm, but this is the advice. I don't know if they're still in the chat. So I'm going to pretend, Mr. Beyonce, that you can't hear me as I'm saying this live. The advice I'd give to every young talent when you get on the stage, and I've said this in a previous stream, and I'll say it again now. When you think you cannot go slower, slow down. And when you think you cannot go any more slowly than you are, slow down. It's an old wrestling trope that Triple H made famous. The more that you try and get stuff out, the more you rush something, the more opportunity you present to make something look like an accident or it wasn't deliberate. Hang on 1 second. I've just got a BT dubs. I want to make this 4 for 4. Yo, dude. So what I'm just doing at the moment is I'm going to watch Beyond's battle, and then I'll reopen the room. If you still have time this evening, I would love to have you on. But at the moment, I'm just going to bosh out Beyond's because I'm still alive and people can hear me sending you this voice note. So this is a bit awkward for people watching at home. But I'd still love to have you on to recap your battle and also promo the tournament. Hope that's cool with you. Speak to you in a bit. Peace. Right. So networking, lads. So anyways, my point is that he's stumbling a little bit over his own words. Not that he's necessarily forgetting his material, but he's rushing to get it out. Ladies and gentlemen of the world, battlers of the world, the stage is yours. Take all the time you need. Get as comfortable as you want to. Talk your talk. Make people come to you. Demand and command their attention. Don't feel like you have to get everything out in order to keep their attention. It's on you. Take all the time you need, so don't rush. And that's the only thing I would say so far. He's, as he alluded to, he's got plenty of punches. He's got a couple of laughs. He just needs to bring that back just a little bit.
Just quit. It's what you've been building up to, like Jenga. Was always destined to fall. Nobody believed he can rap. This is the easiest match, and it's still Jenga. I'm just trying to keep it a stack. Put this bitch in a chokehold till bro fold and sliding like black ice, and I'm stone cold. It's battle easy. One about to rap out next. I'm not capping. He went on this small league. You might have heard of it called Don't Flop Entertainment. In the venue.
Cheap pops. Cheap pops. Do you know what? I respect that. That I like. It's cheeky, and I like it. It's good. And Hylas, I know you're lurking. I know you probably felt that one too.
Got his ass kicked, and sadly kept on rapping. They didn't upload it. That was tragic. He went on Don't Flop, and then guess what happened? This battle easy. Bring your friend, I wouldn't care, I'm killing you both. This battle what you needed the most, you're the next one to choke, it's my opinion. You suck, I'm just making myself clear. Invisibility cloak, I'm gonna sneak up on him, then I'm beaming something. Invisibility cloak, cause he didn't see me coming.
There you go. Okay. Decent round. Again, just needs to bring it back. Needs to bring it back. That's all. And he needs to just be a little bit more flamboyant and verbose in his delivery, because I think his lines would have warranted a bit more purposeful aggression, and it would have worked just fine.
Yo, when this battle was confirmed, I was actually hyped. Tour Premier Battles have brought me a challenger. Nice. Went online to start searching beyond to find some dirt on the guy, but found none. Shit, now I'm lagging behind. Is he black? Is he white? Is he fat? Is he light? Is he tragic with rhymes? Is he funny with flips? Now I'm sat with my pint, trapped in my mind, can't relax because this guy just doesn't exist. But then, I found a couple battles of his, and man, are you shit. I mean, I've come across more than a few people like you, who always raps and chats about how he's got banged another lonely British nerd that loves impersonating a Yank. Just because you spit bars with this American accent doesn't mean you drift cars and step with the gangsters, fairly get backwards. You want to talk about holding clips, I'll cave your fucking head in and leave you with an open lid. You want the smoke, then shit, fair enough. Matter of fact, if this was real life, you wouldn't be squaring up, so drop that act, you fucking twat. Sound cheesy, but I get it. It ain't easy when your original style makes your chosen crowd sleepy and your missus looks like Al Weezy. Yo, Googler, yo. Fuck you, Liam, you're getting murdered today. And since this is 1 out of 3 rounds, it's clear to see you've reached a third of the way to the pearly gates for certain, mate.
7 Wave, cheeky side. I like it. I like the listen. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I love the seeds of discontent being sown by the competitors in this group. I love it. I want to see some combativeness, lads. I love this shit. 7 Wave, you cheeky sod. Love it. Anyways, so judging that round. Sorry, did I? Yeah, that's round 1, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So judging the round. So I think on balance, I mean, he had more, again, diversity of angles, all the rest of it. It's just, again, general demeanor and the delivery needs improvement because, again, against a guy with a bit more conviction like his opponent, his material isn't going to seem as heavy and as complex in comparison because it's going to feel like it's more methodical. Hada Shrooms is probably right in the sense of he seemed, again, battle rap's about making the point better than your opponent. And if you're making multiple points, that's fine. You can accumulate over time and the balance and the weight of it balances against your opponent. If your opponent only sets out to prove one thing and proves it, okay, that might be slightly one-dimensional. But if he proves it with more conviction, you're on the back foot. And so far, he's trying to make the point that he's a bit of a, I guess, a keyboard warrior, not a real battler. You know, if this was a fist fight, you know, you wouldn't be squaring up, sort of thing. Yes, we know that that's the point, but in the context of the battle, it's important. So let's see how he rebounds.
I don't know why you took this. You should pray for help. Your lack of skill is holding you back, and it looks like you hate yourself. You disgrace yourself. You remind me of a mirror maze. You can't escape yourself. If he think I'm beaten, well, I would. I don't think he's ever good. For me, this is timeless, like a dream. But your punches don't feel how they should. It's an easy casualty. I got that dog in me. Bestiality. Now I'm taking
Deary me. Well, he got a rise out of the room. Well done, the young man. Oh, we got to say it again as well.
Now I'm name flipping this dumb get beat. I can get you slumped next week like another love interest in a movie. Fuck MC. If you want to be online talking shit, then it'll creep so slowly. Run your mouth, I don't care, I'll keep on smoking. Push my buns, and it won't do nothing. It's like the keyboard ghosting. You see me approaching? This guy no cadence, no flows, he really needs more moments. Why'd you give him this spot? I don't think pushing MC's working. It's still keyboard ghosting. You dying. This battle easy. After this battle, he might drop. Like Wordles can be a green light, but MC in the right spot. Get the sky shot. There's too many users, only one eye. Like the Cyclops, I'm way better. It's easy to see when I drop, cause your round has some dry spots. I'm letting the fifth fly, this bitch lie. This bitch lie, and clown this fake. That's out the gate, like the Trojan horse, cause we don't know who you are on the inside. Let's go.
Okay, all right. So, you see what I mean? Like he's. But big, round, full-blooded but. Vast improvement over the first round. Not only with getting the room to, again, glomp onto something that was admittedly ridiculously silly, but much more purposeful, much more direct, seemed to have a bit more rhythm to him. I think at the moment, again, just take a bit more time. And don't be afraid to embellish stuff that you know is good, that you know is going to hit. Don't be so quick to move on to the next thing. But a vast improvement on round 1. Let's see how is it. How do you pronounce his name? So Maeva, is that how it's pronounced? Maeva. So let's see how he, if that's how it's pronounced. Maeva responds.
In your battle against X, you said if you're opening line, I will shoot you. Did they not teach you in school you don't need to sound like the world's biggest need to be cool? Every platform or league you've rapped on G has been at home hiding behind your laptop screen. So this guy can fully think his online battles are fire and fully lit when all I see is a more lyrical approach to cyberbullying. I mean, guys, just look at him. Talks like he's John Gotti that's on shotting when his one hobby is beefing kids in COD lobbies. Yo, he ain't drug dealing when he says he's got the plug laid out. He's charging his PS controller on his cum-stained couch. His parents are disgusted by the state of his room, so they both stay out. You look like the type to walk to the shop, pause and then spot that all of your clothes are the wrong way round. You're a loser, a geek, looking like you haven't been through puberty, lives off Uber Eats and has 5 followers on Instagram, including me. All jokes aside, your girl's a twisted foot. I never take those knickers off. Half the guys she's kissed and fucked had to get a penicillin shot, and the other half that didn't get the jab, their dicks fell off. Facts.
Alright, time. I'd give that second one to Beyond. Again, much more purposeful, bit more diverse in terms of the stuff he was saying. And again, you got to think about it in terms of how much purpose it was directed to your opponent rather than could it be reapplied. Again, Maeva seemed to be just fixating on the fact that Beyond is young. Astutely observed. All right, third round. Let's go. It's kind of a decent surprise. I haven't heard the name before. It's a clear. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, Hylas has it 2-0 at this point. Okay, I see what I think I see what you're saying, Hylas. I would just say that I'm keen to level the same criticism at him that I'm leveling at Beyond, in the sense of I feel a bit of detachment. Again, it's just me, but if I was... and Hadashrooms agrees. Interesting. I disagree with both. I have it as 1-0 going into the third. But what I would say is that if I'm preparing for a rap battle and I'm thinking of an opponent and I'm thinking of all the things I want to say, trying to make a case to the audience, believe me, not him, find me good, find him bad, I want to direct that to something. I want to direct it to the camera, at my opponent, at the audience. I feel like all of this wasted energy that happens as a result of them trying... And I get why. It's because they're trying to remember their shit. But again, like, I feel like that there's going to be rehearsal techniques you can utilize in order to make sure that when you're directing it in a way that is felt and received. And I wasn't feeling a lot of what he was saying there. That's just me. But anyways, it's round 3 on Beyond. Let's go. Let's see what he's got.
I'm gonna rap a little bit about me, and I hope you guys rock with it, because lately sometimes I'll be feeling fortunate and I get myself lost in it, so I thought I should talk a bit. I don't really have guns. Surprise.
Okay. And again, I hope he's takes this to heart. Speak like the stage belongs to you, young man. Do not talk into your chest. Don't speak subtly unless you indicate to your audience that that's what you want. Come closer. Bring yourself in. Listen to what I'm saying. Enunciate properly. And then bring a crescendo to it. Like, use the stage, the cadence of your voice, and everything to illustrate the points, not just your words. The words are what you craft from a technical standpoint. But the way you say them, the way you deliver them, the impact that leaves on your audience, that's what's going to sell people on you. It's how... Oh, fuck! Ah! No! And I have nothing to hit it with. Right. I have a moth. I must get rid of the moth before it fucks with my stream. Give me 30 seconds. Right. Even the fucking wildlife's making an attempt on the screen. God damn it. I don't do bugs, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck bugs. Oh, no, Haddershrooms. No. There's no freedom here. No. We ain't about that wildlife preservation shit up in this house. Spiders, flies, moths. Dead. My only regret in life is I still haven't bought one of those, like, salt shooting guns so I can cap them from a distance. Fuck bugs. Fuck insects. Fuck arachnids. Fuck them all. Summer can get in the bin because of the bugs. If there were no bugs, I'd have no problems with summer. But winter for the win because all the bugs fuck off for 6 months. Be mad. Anyways, back to Beyond.
I just used them for the setup, but it was still bad in the plot we live. I was feeling gone until Spirit put me on and I started rapping for the sport of it. I was promising with online battles, I was rocking shit, some wins and losses, but I improved into the sport. I'm ready than ever. And on top of this, it started in August 21st, 2024. Have you caught it yet? I've been rapping for 9 months. I'm born for this. You get tortured, bitch. You get tortured, bitch. And I still got more to give. Forbes list, I'm in this spot, and I'm fortunate. The max grade human centipede like me, it's man-made. Human centipede is man-made. He be on Instagram a lot, like the shit he feels matter. You ain't a real rapper, you're a real rapper. You ain't a real rapper, you're a reals rapper. Bad Brew Records, that's your clique. I didn't know until me and my bro had a talk. That's because you suck like a glory hole, and I don't know you from a hole in the wall. Glory hole. You suck like a glory hole, and I don't know you from a hole in the wall. I'm exposing your wall. I'm exposing wall like a pound bursting. I think for reaction, the rapper be riding the audience, he crowd surfing, he ain't got shit. But I heard the rapper got good crowd control. They make a mosh pit. He said he got high damage. He named himself MC. I'm the real MC. That's live action. I don't think that he got heat. The fact that he thought he went, that's beyond me.
There you go. Okay. I'm going to call it there because, again, we've been going for 3 hours. Fucking hell. How do these streams end up being so long? Minus technical difficulties. I have no idea. So, let's evaluate Beyond. So, let's have a think. Oh, it's more, lads, I can't do this with something flapping in my face. And again, if moths and flies left me alone, different. If moth flies into a corner, whatever. Spiders are at least smart enough to do that. They fuck off into a corner. Fucking flies and bugs make it their business to get in your face like this, and it's suddenly like, right, you're dying. So, nah. Dead. Squish. Anyways, let's review Beyond. I think that's another example of a young man that could blossom with the right coaching from a current performer. I understand that during the academy, some of the battlers sometimes take it in turns or make it their business to coach. I think Koj is an example of this. Gas Buffer credits him for giving him a fair bit of coaching. Just to sort of tailor their styles a little bit, hem it in, really start to focus in on some of their stronger elements, hide their weaknesses, that sort of thing. Beyond strikes me as someone that's has a lot of potential because he looks really eager to learn and really eager to impress. Those are two good things. So he's willing to work hard, he's willing to put in the reps, he's willing to listen. It's whether or not he can put that all together. Can he amalgamate a few different things about himself into a palatable and presentable style? Remains to be seen. He's making the proclamation though. Hey, listen, man, I've improved leaps and bounds since this battle. In which case, great. I hope that's the case. All I can say though is you've got, in this group alone, you've got DW, who is looking to improve on an initial battle and has the confidence of someone that is battle tested through a life that he has had to live the hard way. God bless him. So he is not going to be short of confidence just because as a person, he takes life by the fucking horns, man. You've got DEDGE. DEDGE is someone that's had a few reps. He's maybe had some pitfalls in the past, but he's kind of committed now to being the direct guy, to saying, no, fuck you, I want that. So he's probably the problem of this group. 7wave, who, by the way, let me just message him quickly. Yo, dude, we finished Beyond's video. If you want to hop on, just let me know when you're in the meeting room, and we'll rock and roll. 7 Wave. His biggest challenge probably is adapting to the spoken word as opposed to the on-beat stuff. If he can adapt his style, and even if he is reminiscent of someone like a Pedro, that might work in his favour if he can elicit the response of a Pedro fan, that kind of audience that gravitated towards a Pedro, but bring his own style, panache, his own material to it. Whether or not he can divorce himself from the on-beat stuff in terms of how obvious it is as part of his demeanour remains to be seen. And then you've got Beyond. And like I say, he's probably the more wide-eyed optimist of the group. He's the one that's probably got the most improvement to make in terms of, as a young man, as a battler of relative inexperience, someone that's been a fan for a while, but again has now taken that sort of delve into being a battler. We'll have to see, man. We will have to see. But I'm pleasant. I'm happy to say I wasn't mad about any of the battles this evening. Let me bring up the Zoom just in case he heard me and hops on but doesn't message me. So let's bring that up. What do you guys think? There's 5 of you watching now. Let's do our predictions for the group. After reviewing the battles, I'd be happy to say that I'd probably give the edge to Tricky. It really, because again, a lot of this depends on the growth. And I know, in fact, I think it might come down to who wins out of DW and DEDGE. I think that might decide the group as an entirety, because if DEDGE can really, if he can zone in on David and pick up the win there, he'll have all the momentum in the world to go in on 2 guys otherwise that he doesn't have the same handcuffs. Because let's be honest, he's got to ride a very thin line with that. However, I can hear noise and movement. I see a picture. Is 7 Wave with us? That's the question I want to know.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. We can see a black rectangle, though. Can you? Are you out and about at the moment? Have I caught you while you're out and about, brother?
Yeah, I'm just out right now, yeah.
In that case, I will waste no time and I will shut the hell up and put the floor to you. You've got the guys all waiting to hear from you, to hear what you have to say about the tournament and what are your prospects in it. What do you have to say? What are you looking forward to? And what are your thoughts on the tournament, sir?
Yeah, sweet. To be fair, yeah, I checked out everyone, but don't know, there's not much content for people, so it's like it's hard to do some research on them because there's not really much to say. Do you know what I mean?
What do you think about your chances in the tournament? Obviously, everyone's got their own, idealistic view of how they're going to do or where they want to finish. You and your aspect, and your view of what you can accomplish. What are you hoping to do in this tournament?
Yeah, to be fair, I'll fly through the group. Like I say, I don't see any challenges at all, if I'm being honest. In my group, that is, anyway.
No challenges at all. Not from this this new heel turn type DEDGE, the up and coming fan favorite David, and the young upstart Beyond. Nothing at all.
Not really. Like I've battled hard. Well, I've clashed harder people than them, anyways. And got wins. So it's, I don't know. From what I've seen, anyway, I'm not impressed. Like the delivery is quite weak. I think the schemes are quite forced as well. But yeah, I probably need to do a bit more research on them, because it's like, from what I've seen, I've just not been impressed at all. I feel like it's a walkthrough to my group anyway.
How are you feeling about the comparison between the on-beat stuff and the more a cappella stuff? Do you feel like your on-beat stuff informs it, or do you think that there's a transition that you've got to make from one to the other? Like I've kind of injected that into the conversation a little bit.
Yeah, 100%. It's definitely a transition, to be honest. Yeah, it's definitely a transition, but I think it's one of them where naturally being on beat and stuff, you've got all the schemes and stuff already there. You know, the syllables, the delivery, the everything. It's just slowing it down, isn't it? That's all it is.
Do you think it benefits you, though? Do you think it gives you a certain flavour, a certain distinction between, again, a lot of other guys who only really have exposure to battle rap in its a cappella form? Do you think it maybe gives you a way of standing out with the audience?
Yeah, 100%. Because, yeah, 100%. Because fucking, shit. Yeah, fucking, it does, because by being on beats and stuff, you've got the experience of, like, it's more difficult on beat. That's what I'm trying to say anyway. It's more difficult on beat.
I would say it definitely makes you sound more deliberate. I think when guys kind of, they meander a little bit in a cappella, where they sometimes even lose. Again, it happened in your battle with Jim Bob in that first round, where he kind of got caught in, I'm going to say something off the cuff. Oh, shit, where am I? But whereas you, in that first round, very direct,
Straight to the
very
point,
concise.
isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
100%. Yeah, no, I feel like that's what it is, like with clashing and stuff. Like the punchlines have to be, you know, for like obviously on grind battles, it's reloads and stuff. So you have to be direct and straight to the point with the punchlines, otherwise it will just get ignored by the crowd. You know what I mean?
Final question, because I don't want to keep you, because again, clearly you're busy, and I want to say thanks for making time so late in the day, because again, we've been going for a while, and I know you've been busy. One question and one question only. What are you hoping to achieve from the tournament? What are you looking to win the whole thing? Are you looking to garner just some traction from fans? Are you looking to make a point, claim a name? What is it you want from the tournament?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, I'm looking to win it. You know, I wouldn't enter if I didn't think I could win, if that makes sense. But yeah, 100%, I think I can win it, because like I say, there is some good names in the tournament, but I feel like the majority of it is just kind of like filler. You know, just random people that have not even got videos out on YouTube and stuff. Like, I don't know, man. I don't see the levels that much. I only see a few people I see as like actual threats in the tournament, being like P Soldier, Bobby Rex, them type of people.
And are they the guys that you're kind of keeping an eye? I know you've got to get through your group first, but is that who you're really looking forward to? Is that what when you're in this tournament, you're like, listen, man, the group's all well and good, but that's my real challenge. That's my real competition, as it were.
Yeah, 100%, because they're people that will actually like inspire me to write stuff. Whereas my group, it's like I'm looking at one battle where there's nothing really to go off, is there? Like it's not inspiring to write for. I feel like the levels are quite weak as well in my group. Like not even trying to disrespect or downplay them, because obviously like I don't know them like that, but I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed.
Say what you need to say, man. Listen, we had DEDGE on earlier, and he said in no uncertain terms, he's bodying all three of you. He reckons he's going to win the group 3-0 across the board. He is showing no respect to anyone in this moment in time. So, listen, man, let him know. Let him know what you have to say about that.
No, definitely. That's how you should feel. Like, I'd be a bit concerned if he come in and said, like, oh, I'm going to lose all three battles. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's false confidence, though, innit? Like, for me, I don't really know who he is, but from what I've seen, like I say, I can't find much videos on people. So it's like, there's not experience. I've had like 15 clashes and 4 acapella battles and stuff like that. Like, for me, it's easy.
In that case, then, final question and one question only, as far as if people want to check you out and they want to get a fight again, the Jim Bob battle I enjoyed, but let's say for the sake of argument, you think, yeah, but that doesn't really reflect me, and if this is what I'm really about, what should people be checking out, and how can people support you if they like what they see? Where can they find you?
I'm all over, like everywhere, all social medias, 7wave, quick Google search, everything, man. Like, I've got loads of clashes on YouTube. I think I've got about 15 up on there now, and like 3 or 4 acapella battles as well. So I've got tons of content out there. Just search YouTube, Instagram, everything.
In that case, sir, I appreciate you taking the time. Again, you're out and about. This is, again, a first. I've never interviewed someone out and about before, so we're breaking down barriers here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm loving this. Best of luck for the tournament. I look forward to seeing what you've got for us, man. And when you get time, I'd love to have you on to discuss everything that you've done up to date in a proper interview context, because I think you'd present a unique challenge for me. I've never interviewed someone as intrinsically linked to the on-beat stuff before, and I have some questions that I think you'd be uniquely placed for. So I hope we can lure you back for that. But for now, I appreciate you coming on, man. I really do.
Yeah, 100%, man. Thank you for having me and all that. Thank you.
Top man. Ladies and gentlemen, 7wave joined us, and there you go. That is 4 for 4. We had all 4 participants of Group F on the show. Groups A through E, and Oh. GH. Yeah, I know my alphabet, bitches. The gauntlet's been thrown down. No less than all 4 of you appearing will not be tolerated. It will be taken as a personal insult if you don't. But anyways, 7 Wave comes on and he... Listen, man, I love the confidence. DEDGE making his case and 7 Wave making his. He doesn't see any competition in the group phases. DEDGE thinks he's going to 3-0 it. He thinks he's going to beat every single guy. David, again, he's humble, but I think he fancies his chances. And then, of course, you've got the young prospect Beyond. And he's going to be looking to make a name for himself and set a standard. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, that was Group F. Beyond, DEDGE, DW, and 7 Wave. It is a group that is being labelled by its own participants. The development, maybe. I think that's to its detriment. I think what we have here are 4 names with room to grow. Definitely a potential-esque group. But all 4 guys have clean slates of a sort. All 4 guys can come in and do a job and set a standard and set an expectation. And 2 of them have to go through. So as much as you might want to sleep on any one of these guys or not give them the dues in this moment, the fact remains someone's got to go through. So 7 Wave is the name. I learnt that today. I was calling him 7 up until this show because that's all I'd heard him referred to as. But yeah, there you go. That's Group E. Sorry, Group F. Sorry, it's late. Sue me. So that's Group F. And if I'm picking at the moment, I think based on confidence, of course, it's DEDGE and 7 Wave. In terms of experience, it's probably DEDGE and 7 Wave. Because again, even though 7 Wave hasn't made too much of a foray into a cappella battling, he's got more on-the-road experience than David and certainly than Beyond. David, though, is a very tenacious individual. I know that he's going to be putting his all into this. Beyond looks like he's going to be a student of the game and he's got a lot of potential going forward. So, listen, man. I, like you, probably started this show thinking, I'm not too sure how to feel about this group. It could go one way or the other, but to be honest, I've got my attention on maybe this group, or maybe this group seems more intrinsic, or maybe a bit more intriguing to me. Having finished this show, I'm left with 4 separate questions about each performer, which only adds more intrigue to me. Can Beyond mature enough to perform at a good level in this tournament? Can DEDGE deliver on his promise to be the villain of the piece, and can he come up and upset the apple cart a little bit? Can David deliver the solid performances that he is setting his stall out to deliver? And can 7 Wave make that transition from on beat, which he has very firmly established himself within, to the a cappella scene and be believable and have a threat to him? Those are all interesting questions if you ask me. I think we've got an interesting group on our hands in Group F, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays out. So, with that in mind, sorry also again to David and to anyone that was watching, hoping that we would see his battle with Anki Dams. Fortunately, like I said, it's behind the paywall of the Premier Battles Patreon, so I would heartily recommend that you go and get the Patreon in order to not only see David's battle, but then to also keep abreast of the tournament as and when it drops. What are our thoughts then, ladies and gentlemen? There's 8 of you watching at the moment. Predictions for the group. We've got Beyond, DEDGE, DW, 7 Wave. Who do we think is winning? Who do we think is coming second? Who do we see qualifying for the group? And who, after this show, are you excited to see for whatever reason? Are you excited to see Beyond? Can he mature? Can he really adapt and grow into his own persona? Can DEDGE really embrace this villainous role and really embody it but use it to his advantage rather than become a comedic sideshow like we've seen battlers in the past attempt to be this whole, oh, I'm the big bad boogeyman, but he ends up getting clowned on? Can he ride that line? Can he harness that energy? Can he ride that wave? David, can he deliver solid performances? But solid performances is one thing, but can he be a threat? Can he really drive home this new phase of being a battler, not just a respectful fan turned battler? And can 7 Wave channel his on-beat energy, his skills within that genre of live performance into a cappella? So Hylas, I think 7-Wave could be a sleeper winner if he learns quick how to adapt more to acapella. You never know. I mean, that's the question I have, Hylas. Can he do that? Is it possible for him to do that? We'll have to wait and see. Again, if I had to give the edge to 2 guys right now, if you put a gun to my head and say pick 2 guys that qualify, I would give it to 7-Wave and DEDGE based on their experience. And based on the fact that I know that both of them are capable of putting in solid performances when they're in their elements. Beyond and David haven't had the chance to put that tread on the tyres on the road yet, but could still do that. So there's really, it depends for me, and this is how I'd phrase it to you. Do we think that David and Beyond can elevate their levels? Or do we think that the experience is going to win out in DEDGE and 7-Wave? He should study dialect and Zen and how their a cappella battles are different to their clashes. Yes, I agree. And I would argue that both of them exhibit their on-beat skills. Again, the best example I'd give is the 2-on-2 with Marlowe and Shuffle, where they did the typical battle rap stuff in terms of the a cappella stuff, but then they had that bit in the middle of the second round, I think, where they went into the grime-esque stuff. Shuffle flipped it beautifully, though. I thought it was, again, hilarious. But, to Hylas's point, it rocked the crowd, man. It reminded them that they are skillful, that they have a weapon in their arsenal that is at their disposal. So, yes, I agree. I agree with Hylas. Any other takes? Any other thoughts about Group F before we wrap for the evening on a 3 hours and 20 minutes isn't too bad, I suppose. It's not too bad. Could be worse. Could be worse. I've done 4 hours apparently, so yeah, could be worse. But yeah, what do we think? Any final thoughts? Any other questions? Anything anyone wants to put to me before we wrap for the evening? I agree, Hylas. Yeah. Yeah. They can do something just to inject a little something different into a battle. Jimmy B says, I'm sure they're out there on Verse Tracker, but it'd be helpful if Premier Battles put on the Patreon or the YouTube channel if we had half-a-minute highlight for all the newbies. So, Jimmy, first of all, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Secondly, I am trying to get more information from anyone at Prem that will tell me about whether or not they are going to produce material of that nature. I would be really surprised if they don't. Whether or not it will be before the tournament, different question. Because I think, again, the play for Premier Battles at the moment is to get people hooked on the Patreon and to use YouTube and other platforms after the fact. So right now they're trying to get you on they're trying to get you on Patreon. That's why you can only get tickets if you're on Patreon to these events. Fans via Patreon are going to get first dibs when the live events start again. The battles will drop first on the Patreon and then on YouTube 3 months down the line. So, actually, it's not 3 months. It's about a month. But anyways, my point is, it's a good question, Jimmy. It's a very good question. I would suggest you will know when Prem wants us to know. I don't think anyone's going to tell anyone about it in the interim period. I'm remiss if I don't say certain things because I am told certain things out in confidence, and again, I don't want to ruin any issues by saying. Sorry, I don't want to ruin anything by saying something I shouldn't be saying. I can, however, tell you I know nothing from the Prem side about how they plan to release any additional materials, if they have any even any plans to produce any additional materials like live streams, like the shorts, like the promos or promo clips or whatever. I would be surprised if they don't. So we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Jimmy. That's why I'm here. That's why this show exists, is to try and give everyone a flavor of what we're going to see. Yeah, Hylas has put it in a slightly different way, but he's essentially saying what I'm saying. This is how I'll wrap, by the way, because unless anyone has any more questions or anything they want to say before the stream wraps, this live stream series is expressly to make sure that we cover everyone in the tournament. Yes, of course, there's going to be heavyweights where there's tons of battles, and picking one is going to be hard because we're omitting all the rest. There's other battlers, though, who have a limited catalogue, if at all. And these are guys who have, in theory, unlimited ceilings. And we'll just have to wait and see what they can do with the opportunity. And it is an opportunity that Premier Battles are giving them. Because they are going to be trying to strap the rocket to these guys and say, listen, go as far as this will take you, and we will support you as best we can along the way. No idea, Jimmy. No idea. I imagine if Shotty gets announced, it'll be on the socials everywhere, because again, anything Shotty says or does tends to make the round, so I wouldn't worry. And don't worry, Jimmy. Again, some people join these streams late, Jimmy. Don't worry. Again, I will. What I will be doing after the stream finishes, I'll go back, put the timestamps in. So if you want to skip ahead to any particular part of the stream, you'll be good. So yeah, any other questions before we wrap for the evening? Any other thoughts? Anything else we should cover about the group before we wrap today? Thank you to Fisherman's Friend Original for getting me through another live stream while I'm ill. The next two next week, hopefully. Yeah. Have I contacted Briggsy to get a link with them for the live streaming? No, I have not. I tell you what, I'll ask a question before I go into this. Jimmy, have you been on my channel before? Are you familiar with my work? Hylas. I don't think Shotty will be on Summer Madness. There's bad blood there. He also said it's too short notice for his writing process. Yeah, fair enough. Shotty is pretty notorious for making sure that his material is on point before he performs. He's also had the unfortunate luck of having a lot of people drop out, so he's not going to commit to anything unless he's 100% certain on it. So Hylas is not he's not off base by saying that. I'll answer Jimmy's question. Just again, I don't know if he has or has. So for people who may be seeing me for the first time, because this is your first introduction to me, I have history with Premier Battles. I was incredibly critical of them on a previous stream. Just one of those that chose. Oh, okay, fair enough. But to come back to my question, I had a period of time where I was incredibly critical of Premier Battles and people within it. As a result, they've not been too happy with me since. I've done my best to try and make amends where I could, extend olive branches where I could. It's my belief, though, that Premier Battles do not view me as a outlet for their content. They probably wouldn't consider me a partner for anything along those lines. Notwithstanding that fact, and the fact that they're probably just not too pleased with me anyway, I would go so far as to say that they already have partners that they've lined up. If I had to guess offhand, I would say it's Koj, because they've already made reference to him several times during their streams to say Koj. So I think Koj, if he isn't the live stream guy that they say, hey, listen, do a watch along and we'll give you the plug, it'll be Koj that does that. As far as additional content from that, I imagine it's either Cammy, Trubs himself. There'll be others. Is it Battle on the Roof? I forget what they're called. Maybe Hulk. What I'm saying is Prem are not short of other content creators to work with within the current framework of UK battle rap. Let's have a look. So, but I've seen you at events and you're still covering. Plus, you have a decent rapport with Cammy. Listen, there is no one I wouldn't converse with, and there isn't anyone that I wouldn't work with within UK battle rap. I'm just saying that, again, if I put my Premier Battles hat on, let's say I'm in their position right now, and I say, right, we've got Koj, who is, for all intents and purposes, he's tenure at Premier Battles. He's battled for them. He's been a member of the staff. He's coached guys. We know he's got a good platform. We know he knows how to live stream. Right, so we've got him. You've got Gas Buff in there too. I know he's performing, but he can be relied upon to produce social media content. Hulk, again, you've got him and his platform, the Professor Banner TV. You've got Cammy. You've got Trubs. You've got a smorgasbord of people that you could pick from and not worry about them being overtly critical. Okay? Do you see Trubs criticizing Premier Battles? Of course you don't. Do you see Cammy going after Premier Battles if they fuck something up or cock something up? No, of course you don't. Do you see Koj doing that? Of course not. And if you had to pick from guys who you know the quality and quantity of their material and what they do and what views they generally hold and the fact that they're reliable and consistent and well liked within the scene, and then you've got me. If I'm them, I don't give me a live stream code. I don't say, Lorne, we want you to cover our events. Lorne, we like what you do. Of course not. I wouldn't. So, no, I'm not surprised. And I don't blame them, quite frankly. Would I like the opportunity to do that? Would I like to be a person that they say, hey, Lorne, we appreciate what you've done with this series and we'd quite like you to cover? Of course. Absolutely. I must be clear, though. This is not an appeasement. This is not me trying to mend fences or build bridges with Prem. This series is because I love Battle Rap. I love the idea of the tournament. And there are battlers in it I know are not going to get a shout. And I think that's bullshit. I want to shout out every single person in the tournament. And I want to talk about every single person in the tournament because I want to treat the tournament like a tournament should be treated, which is anyone can win. Anyone can rock up, deliver performances out of their skin, be rewarded with a win, progress, and if they can put together a run, win the whole thing. And if someone can come out of the ether and win the tournament and become a new face of a new generation of battle rap fans, that deserves praise, not only for the battler, but for Premier Battles for having the fucking balls to do it. So, listen, man, would I love to partner with Prem to a certain degree and say, listen, let me do the live streams, let me react live, let me do some post-match content? Fuck yeah. That'd be a lot of fun. But do I see it happening? No, of course not. No, that'd be ridiculous. Not with the history and not with the fact that you've got other alternatives that are better for you as a brand. If, again, not being funny, if you have the choice between potentially 5 people that you can count on to be respected, liked, and minimally critical versus someone you don't like because he is critical for reasons you do not agree with, I wouldn't pick me. I wouldn't give me the live stream. I wouldn't give me the fucking opportunity. Fuck that guy. I get it. I really do. And they are not in the business of inviting criticism for the sake of it. Why would you? You're trying to build a brand here. You're trying to build traction with the fans. And having a loudmouth in the corner saying anything that comes to mind, not helpful. I get it. I get it. Do I think that's healthy? No. I think you should be able to stand up to criticism. So yeah, that's my take. I've cut a bit of a promo there. I hope it comes across in the way it's intended, which is just me saying I appreciate the comments. I just don't think that if you were to ask Briggsy or Trubs or Shotty or Stro or anyone like that, like, do you intend to let Lorne work with you guys? The answer is going to be no. And I fully understand why that would be the case, because what's the need? They don't need to. So if they don't need to, and they don't want to, why would they? Yeah. Hylas, you did some live interviews from an event this year for... No? I don't know what you're referring to there, Hylas. I did... If we're talking about one of the match days, I did, not this year, last year, for match day... No, for Undisclosed 13, I think it was. The Bobby Rex, Gas Buff, Sean Cray, Raptor one. I did some live streaming. Yeah, I did that. But I didn't know. Again, for the record, this stream, this series is not endorsed by Premier Battles. Nothing I've shown. Yeah, that was just from my channel, Jimmy. Yeah, that wasn't, again, nothing I have ever produced is Premier Battles certified. Premier Battles have never endorsed anything I've ever done. They've never produced anything I've ever done. I've never made anything for Premier Battles. Everything I've ever made is independent in that context. There's nothing there's no relationship there. No, Hylas, no. It's a public bar. I can do what I want. So no, I would have needed permission to stream the battles. That's true. If I'd had the camera or my phone like this, and I'm like, okay, the battle's starting, and then stream the battle, yes, I would have needed permission to do that. It's the reason why, and again, as much as I see, look, I don't see any reason to be antagonistic, though. This is the point. I'm not trying to be critical to be antagonistic. I'm being critical because I'm just trying to use my fucking eyes and ears and say what I think. And as far as, like, today, the reason I didn't stream a battle was because it's on the Premier Battles Patreon, and I don't want to be a dickhead and stream private content. It's a dickhead thing to do. So it saddens me because I want to show you David's battle. I want to celebrate David and what he achieved. But it's not publicly available. You have to get the Patreon to watch it. I'm not going to disrespect Premier Battles by streaming a battle of theirs. It's just not going to happen. So, nah, it's not about the perception of it from their perspective of me. It's about holding myself to account by what my standards are. My standards are, I'm not stealing other people's content. So to come back to Jimmy's comment about whether or not there's chosen people, yeah, as far as I'll do more interviews and previews. Yeah, absolutely. It's not a problem for me to do interviews because I'm happy to pencil those in. I did some live today for you. And previews, yeah, absolutely. When it comes time to preview some of these matches like the day of or the day before, absolutely. What I would probably suggest that you won't see from me going forward is the more contemporary stuff because like we've said, they'll have guys that they'll do the most recent content with. So they'll have KOJ do live streams, or they'll have some, I'm saying KOJ is the example, by the way, I don't know that for a fact, but they'll have someone that they'll do recaps with and previews with and post-match show wrap-ups with, and that they'll give first dibs to do reactions. I'm sure that would be the smart thing to do. Again, me, what I see myself doing is maybe having the interviews on after the shows have gone live on YouTube. When the battles have dropped, then I imagine that the battlers are allowed to talk about the battles publicly. But before then, I imagine they'll be told by Premier Battles, hey, don't go telling anyone the result, and at the very least until it hits the Patreon. Because it's going to be recorded in the can and then not released for a period of time. So that kind of stuff is, I'm not going to be able to get my hands on the battlers to interview them because they're going to be giving away spoilers. And I know Prem aren't going to want to do that. Seen you at events and you're still covering, plus you have decent rapport with, and look, as far as I like Cammy a lot. It doesn't mean that that gets me an in, you know. And again, with all due respect, Cammy is pretty much independent as me at the moment. His stuff, with the stuff he's producing on his YouTube channel, I don't believe is Premier Battles endorsed either. So we're both in the same boat in that respect. Notwithstanding the fact though that Cammy has made some pretty significant contributions to Battle Rap recently. He's made a couple of very generous donations to Premier Battles in terms of a charitable endeavor. He sponsored stuff. So if we're, again, comparing and contrasting, if I had to choose between me and Cammy is more knowledgeable about Battle Rap. He's been to more events than me. He's arguably got a better setup than me. He's more likable than me. He's more respected in the scene than me. Who would you pick? Again, if it was me, if I was the owner of Premier Battles, I'd pick Cammy. Right, I'll ignore the first part of your card. I'll read it. You're a clever guy, so surely you're aware that there's a fine line between being objective and critical. All depends on what you want your channel to be and the relationship with Prem. Yeah, and all of this stems from me really just cutting a promo, man. I said a lot of stuff very vitriolic because I was pissed off. And I was just like, fuck you. I'm just going to tell you what I fucking think. And in hindsight, I wish I'd just taken a day to sum up what I wanted to say and say it more succinctly and a bit more diplomatically. I don't really take back anything I said because everything I said was true and I felt it and I thought it. But at the same time, that stream, for me, and I imagine Prem agree, disqualifies me from being trusted to carry any kind of legitimacy going forward. And again, I totally understand that because they have alternatives. Let's go. And no, that wasn't bridge building. That was me just literally having fun at an event. I was doing some live streaming at the event and I thought it would be fun to do. So, let's go. Interesting. Okay, so I love Premier Battles and I think Briggsy is a diamond. Absolutely. Forward thinking. But what I've thought in general in UK battle rap is lacking is pre and post battle interview content. Yes, and my understanding is that Premier Battles will probably do that. So again, Jimmy, this is why when I covered this originally on a separate video, one of my things was I don't see where I fit in the scheme of this tournament. I don't see myself covering it live. I don't see myself covering it regularly once it starts because Prem will do a lot of it. They'll be the ones that control the content, and it makes sense for them to do that. Why wouldn't they? If they've got the manpower and the resources, why do they want third-party influencers or content creators like me doing that? Yes. Yeah. I think Hylas, they are doing the judging decisions after the after the matches, so they're not going to do them live. They're going to film, and then it will be judged later. So, I guess partly to keep the balance of things, but also just to again protect for spoilers, because again, Premier Battles have got to protect their content. But okay, so here's how I'll sum up that last little section that Jimmy seems to be kind of pulling at. Would I like to work in some capacity to cover the tournament? Absolutely, lads. I wouldn't be doing this series if I wasn't excited about the tournament. Do I see it happening, though? No. Just because, again, and it's not through... I'm not mad about this, but again, I understand the logic here. I just think that they've got guys who do specific things better than me, and it makes sense for them to do it in-house. It just makes all the sense in the world. What I will do is if I can find a place to plug a gap, I'll plug it. If you guys have things that you think I could do, let me know. I'll be only too happy to do it. This was an idea I had one day, one Monday. And it's like, well, I could look at the groups. And I could look at each battler. That might be fun. And now we're part 6 into that series. We've got 2 more to go. And then when we've done those 2, I'll be looking for something else to do. And I'm sure I'll find something else to do because I love talking about battle rap. I love watching battle rap. I'm excited to see what happens in the tournament. I'm excited to see what each individual battler brings to things. The fact is as well, if I'm going to try and turn a negative into a positive here, as far as, again, having a bit of a dissociation with Premier Battles rather than an association, is that it would allow me to retain a bit of independence. It would allow me to feel like I can be critical if I see something that isn't. Whereas if I was... Listen, man, if I got roped in, not that I'm saying it would happen, but let's say for the sake of argument, someone did say, hey, listen, man, we like the streams. We'd like you to do something. You do feel a bit of pressure at that point, eh? Listen, don't bite the hand that feeds you. So, listen, man, it swings both ways. And at the moment... I'm looking forward to the tournament like the rest of you. I'm just looking forward to seeing what happens because no one knows how it's going to come together yet. I'm looking forward to seeing the performances that the battlers give us. I'm looking forward to seeing how the drops do, and I'm also looking forward to seeing the effect it has on UK battle rap. Does it improve it? Does it elevate it? Does it improve the fandom? Does it elevate the fandom? Does it represent the battlers in a different and new way? We'll have to wait and see. I hope so. But yeah, no, as far as making amends, I've apologized. That's all I can say. I've messaged Briggsy. I've messaged Stro. I spoke to Shotty at an event, and I apologized. I said, "Listen, I never meant to cause you the pain in the ass." That's all I can do. I'm limited now in what I could possibly do to make amends, short of recording a 2.5-hour apology video, which I imagine would be the only recompense. And even then, it probably wouldn't be enough. Okay. So while I appreciate the questions and the statements and the compliments you're paying me, just know it's fine. Premier Battles don't need or want someone that is prone to be critical, and I get that. It's not like I'm going to go, oh, fuck them, they shouldn't be doing that, they should be holding themselves accountable. Dude, it's entertainment, it's battle rap. Let them put on the show they want to show, and let's all if this really is, and this is how I'll end this, because there seems to be a prevailing opinion that maybe this is it for Prem if it doesn't do well. If the tournament does not succeed, and Prem invest all this time and all this money, and it doesn't succeed, this might be it. Prem might do some more events, maybe they won't. Maybe they'll fold, maybe they won't if the tournament doesn't meet the expectations that they're setting. So you and I, as fans, because that's all I am not a fucking talking head, I'm not an analyst, I'm not a critic, I'm not a battler, I'm not technically astute, I'm not a historian, I'm not even versed in things outside of the UK, even to Ireland. I have no frame of reference, I'm only a UK guy. Our responsibility, you and I as fans, is just to enjoy the tournament. Enjoy it. When they put on the battles, click them on, strap in, soak it in, and just fucking enjoy what might be a last hurrah for UK battle rap in its current guise before either it takes off and suddenly it takes on a life of its own, and the success it brings, the attention, hopefully the revenue and all the rest of that sort of stuff that Prem have worked very, very hard to attain, finally gets it. Or maybe it doesn't fly. Either way, it's the end of an era and the start of something new. It's just our responsibility to enjoy it. Just enjoy it. The work that Briggsy, Stro, Trubs, Rick Charles, Shotty, Gast, everyone on the staff are going to be putting in to make this tournament a spectacle and something that battle rap fans, hopefully in years to come, will look back on and say it all started at the Where Winning Matters tournament that Premier Battles put on in 2025 to 2026. Just enjoy it, man. Let's just enjoy it. And that's what this series is about. This series right here. I want to build a bit of expectation, bit of excitement, give the battlers something to come on and just tell us, why are you going to do well? Why should we care about you? Why should we support you? Why are you going to win? So that, again, in 6 months' time, hopefully we're looking back at this and saying, wow, that Beyond kid, wow, he did something. Wow, that DW, fucking hell, he came out of the block swinging, or whatever happens. That's what I want this series to be. So, hopefully, that's what it is. Sorry to kind of go on a little bit of a tangent there. Again, I do these from time to time. I'm not going to worry. I didn't say anything wrong this time. I was, again, just speaking facts. If anyone has an issue with anything I've just said, and anyone's snitch tagging on me right now, my DMs are always open. My phone is always on. Please, feel free to put me to rights. If there's one thing, again, that this series hopefully starts to set the trend, is a bit of accountability. If I am to be holding people to account and criticizing them, they get to do the same to me. That's how this works. So please, by all means, send me your complaints in writing to DVLA Swansea, because I'm definitely based there. You should send all your hate mail to me there and nowhere else. Anyways, I presume there's nothing else. Any other questions, thoughts, predictions, anything we're excited about? Anything at all. There's 3 of you in the... Well, I think... The stats seem to be weird. It tells me 3, and then it jumps up to 10, and then jumps back down to none. So I actually have no idea who's watching right now. Any other thoughts? Questions? Queries? Excitement? What are we saying? If not, I'm going to wrap. And decide what I'm going to do for the evening. Probably go to bed. Because I'm knackered. I'm tired. And I'm old. So old. What are we saying? And also, actually, one other thing. Jimmy and Tahilus, I appreciate both of you. I appreciate the compliments. I appreciate everything that you're saying. Like I say, if you guys have stuff that you would like me to be working on, happy to get to work on it, man. But as far as the suggestion you're making, will I have any affiliation? I'm just being honest. I don't see how it would happen from their perspective. For me, I feel, at least, I feel persona non grata, because again, that's the feeling I'm getting. And if I'm wrong, man, someone text me, call me, tell me I'm full of shit. I'd love to be wrong about that, but that's how it feels. So, but anyways, I'm going to assume no other questions, no other queries, no other issues, and I'm free to go. So, thank you for joining me on this stream. This was a fun one. I think it was an improvement over Group E. So again, sorry about that one. Thank you for setting a standard, Group F. All 4 guys made the time to come on. We got interviews out of every single competitor. That was fun. I'm glad we got to do that once in this series. That's great. So, we're back next on Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. checking out the next group. I will let you know as and when if we're going to go again the following evening. We'll see. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Maybe we'll do another Friday or a Saturday one. We'll see. But I will be back next week, 7 p.m. Tuesday evening, where we will do Group EFG, which hopefully we'll have one hell of an interview for you for, because I know at least one participant said he'll come on, and it'll be a good interview. Obviously, you've got the rest of the series to go back on. Please feel free to go and sample it. They're all timestamped, so if you don't want to hear me waffle for periods and just watch individual battlers or individual interviews, they're all timestamped. Please feel free. Also, by the way, and I know this isn't something I promote very much, feel free to clip this up, man. If you want to take individual segments, send them out to showcase and promote the battlers or anyone you support, please. Again, this series is to support every single individual battler within every individual group of this tournament. Let's get the word out. Let's really throw our support behind the guys and really let them cut loose so that Premier Battles have the best chance to put on the best tournament, to get the best result for a group of performers that maybe this is their last chance. Maybe. We don't know. Let's make sure it isn't. So, thank you as always for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I've been your host, Lorne Wisely of the Halcyon Show. If you would be so kind as the text below, support me. Go and follow me on any one of the social media platforms that I'm on. Share the show, give it a like, all that good jazz. Thanks to Hylas, Jimmy, for 7 Wave, for Beyond, for David, for DEDGE, for Hadashrooms, for Dojo, for TKE, for No Loose Chat, Snoop was in the house. To everyone for tuning in, I appreciate you as always. Like I said, I'll be back on Tuesday, 7 p.m. for Group G. Looking forward to that one because, again, I can't lie. My boy P Soldier's in it, and I'm excited that he's in the tournament. I'm excited as fuck for that. So, yeah. Sue me. You're not objective. You're goddamn right I'm not. P Soldier in the house. Who can't wait for that? Anyways. Let's call it there. 11 o'clock on the dot. Look at me. Right. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you for taking the time and letting an old man ramble for 4 hours nearly. Take exceedingly good care of yourselves. Have the most wonderful weekend that you possibly can. And all being well, I will see you next week on Tuesday, 7 p.m. for the next episode of The Halcyon Show.